Line at desertsandsnm.com.
You know what today is?
No, why don't you tell me?
You don't know you recycle?
Today is National Recycling Day.
Hi, I'm reminding you to recycle.
And recycle everything.
Hey, always recycle.
And so we must all recycle every day.
We recycle everything.
Y'all recycle.
Yeah, recycle this.
National Recycling Day.
Recycling bins everywhere.
So it's showtime.
Oh. No, that's not me rapping. That's just the sound of me getting up every morning. Tom A. is in the studio.
Morning.
And Will Rooney, you're okay? Tom?
Mm-hmm.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Will Rooney is also... Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that?
I know. I've got this problem all of a sudden with...
Is that a hair in your throat? Or
No, I don't know what it is.
There's a nice cough switch.
Oh, yeah, right.
We just start the show.
Let me do it. Let's try it. Okay, it works.
God bless you. All right, today is American Enterprise Day. Lots of people have made a lot of money on the American enterprise. A lot of people, you know, when I hear people saying America's not fair, America this, America that, I can't make it. I can't make it. Democrats want you to believe if you're a minority, you can't make it. But I'm here to tell you, they are lying to you. I know many, many people that of minority that actually make it. I know people that come over here to this country with $600 in their pocket and make it and start a business and thrive. So don't believe them. American Recycling Day going on today. Clean out your refrigerator day. Day of imprisonment of Writers Day. I love to write day. Tom, do you love to write? I heard you're a writer.
I'm a writer.
I heard you're a writer. Don't know how to put periods and that type of stuff, but yeah, commas, so on. But you're a writer.
Who needs a stinking period?
So just write it. Damn it, just write it. National Entrepreneur Day, National Raisin Bran Cereal Day, National Spicy Hermit Cookie Day, Pack Your Mom's Lunch Day. I don't know where Mom's going. And Steve Irwin Day. Steve Irwin is...
He was Urkel.
Steve Irwin was Urkel.
When he Urkel?
No, wasn't he the Australian guy that, loved animals?
That's right.
Yeah, that guy. Former President Donald Trump blaming the Senate Majority Leader or Minority Leader Mitch McConnell for the Republicans' performance at midterms. Trump is a nice guy. And, of course, until you don't back him, and then Mitch didn't back him. Mitch is the swamp, by the way, and I do believe that Mitch should bear part of the brunt of why we didn't win. He is one of the leaders, right? He should. And by the way, yesterday after we get off our extended version, had a couple people ask me, why didn't I ask Steve Pierce harder questions? It wasn't that day. It was Steve Pierce Day in Lee County in southeast New Mexico, thanking him for all the work that he's done. So it wasn't the day. I did ask, where do we go from here?
He said he's going to seek another
Yeah,
term.
He said he's going to seek another term, but where do you go from here? So I was going to ask those hard questions.
It wasn't the day.
It was not the day. So if you could talk directly in the mic, that would be great, because I'm tired of...
I'm right here on top of it.
Yeah,
what, do you want me to eat it?
Maybe that would work. You keep moving your damn head, and then the volume goes down, and it is problematic. Politico White House editor and MSNBC contributor Sam Steen was slammed on Twitter after he appeared to warn Elon Musk against the criticizing the Democratic politicians. Don't criticize the Democratic politicians. Steen actually tweeted, "Always risky to attack members of Congress, especially risky with Democrats who have the power in the Senate. I'm just kind of curious if maybe don't mess with the guy that controls one of the biggest media outlets, because the other media outlets are dying. Facebook is dying. How much money did they lose? A buttload of money. Now, Elon Musk will have a tough road to hoe financially when it comes to Twitter making money. How do they monetize Twitter, Will?
Right now they have sponsors, but that's it. I mean, they have there's not like you can buy, like Joe Schmo doesn't buy regular ads on Twitter.
Right, yeah. And that's very tough to monetize. And Facebook is feeling the same pain, for sure. Singer-songwriter Dolly Parton awarded a $100 million prize from the Bezos Courage Award on Friday. The Amazon co-founder, Jeff Bezos, and his partner, Lauren Sanchez, the new partner, presented the award to Dolly Parton. She doesn't know what she's going to do with that money. Well, she will probably donate it to charities herself. And so go Dolly Parton. She has also done a lot of work on her own with charities. Former Vice President Mike Pence has a brand new book out. It's called So Help Me God. Comes out today. How much you want to bet this book goes nowhere? How much you want to bet that not a whole bunch of people reading Mike Pence's book? Tom, you're a Mike Pence lover. Are you going to rush out and get it?
I will read the excerpts from it, yes.
The what?
Excerpts from it.
So you're not going to read the book. That's my point.
I'm going to read the trailer, yes.
No, well, are you going to buy the book? That's how he makes money.
If it's a good book, yeah, I will.
So when's the last book you read?
If I buy that one, it'll be that one.
So what's the last book you've read? Damn Democrat can't answer a simple question. What is the last book you've read?
It's been a while. I don't know. I don't remember.
It's been that long.
But it's been a good one.
I don't think he's actually read a whole book.
But this one will be a good one. I think this one will be a good one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you guys don't think that Mike Pence deserves to be president of the United States. Just because he didn't back Trump. He was being real.
He's got no personality.
Dude.
Get on your Harley and haul ass. Get out of here.
What responsibility does Trump bear for January 6th?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly right. And that's not what Mike Pence said.
Yeah. So ask me the last book that I read.
What's the last book you read?
John Grisham, Boys of Biloxi.
Big deal.
No.
I'm reading Wheel of Time, Crown of Swords right now.
What's that one about?
It's like a fantasy time travel movie.
Okay.
I have read so many books that Libby has told me slow down a little bit. So I went through a whole James Patterson, the series of books, in like a month and a half. I'll go through a book every 2 weeks, every 2 days.
Well, I used to read Danielle Steele books.
Yeah. Danielle. Who?
Steele.
Who?
Danielle Steele.
Danielle?
Yeah, Danielle Steele. She was a good author.
Yeah.
The
romance novels.
I was going to say.
Romance novels.
Man,
Hallmark Channel.
Just when I think your man card could not be any more gone.
Holy crap, Ola.
But they turned into movies, so they were good books. I mean, they were good.
I'm going to turn your mic up again.
They were good books.
Looks like Democratic Katie Hobbs declared that she is the winner in Arizona. I just don't see her as the winner. I think it's too close to call at this point. Hell, if I was Carrie Lake, I'd come out and say that I'm the winner because it's that close. It's going to go into a runoff, and we did ask Steve Pierce that question yesterday. How do we get people to vote with all these election uncertainties, with all these things going on? How do we get people to vote when there's integrity issues? thought he gave a fair answer, but the problem is, at the end of the day, still, how do we get people to go out and vote? Democrats will go out and vote no matter what. Republicans are like, my vote's not going to count. We got to change that. That's number one. Weather this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials provides you with high-quality, ready-mix concrete. No matter what the project is, big or small, they give great customer service. Give them a call this morning, 575-363-3240. Go to the website, chancematerials.com. They have plants in Roswell and Carlsbad, and they serve the entire region. 48 and cloudy all day today. It's going to be a little cool, but the wind is gone. Temperatures not feeling as bad as it did yesterday with 40-mile-an-hour winds yesterday. Temperatures today, 48 and 10-mile-an-hour winds by this afternoon. Increasing clouds tonight. Looks like 31, still below freezing. 45 tomorrow and below freezing on Wednesday night. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines. Find them in Mayhill, New Mexico. Check them out on the web, camptallpines.com. Check out all the improvements that they have made. Scott and Jamie Miller, new owners, invite you to check out the cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, the RV hookups, and more. All the amenities that you're going to love if you're hunting in that region. They've got RV hookup for you. Give them a call today. And if you're going up there for the weekend, taking the kids, lots of things for the kids to do. Disc golf, fishing. They've got their pond that is stocked. And, of course, mountain biking, low ropes, high ropes, and beautiful place to be. You can wake up to the sound of the elk bugling. Awesome, awesome place. Make your reservations and would be a great place. I don't know about availability. A great place to be for Thanksgiving. Waking up in the morning, cool, crisp pines, that would be awesome. 6:20, we're going to talk about Yellowstone coming up next. Debuts, season 5. How did it end up in the numbers? I'll get to that coming up next.
You know, Tom's last book was How to Be a Radio Broadcaster for Dummies. Okay.
For nummies or dummies?
For dummies, he says. And Tom A. should read How to Work in a Radio Station, says another texter. And one texter said, y'all should read the Unsaved Christian book by Dean Insura, says the texter. Okay.
How to Run a Board 101.
Well, and I've run thousands of boards. Thousands of them.
Why can't you run this one?
I'll run this one, too.
Do tell, please do. So you want to run it tomorrow?
No,
let's get her done.
No, I got
those that can do. You want to run it?
No.
Well, why not?
I have to go practice again. I haven't done this in a while.
You remind me a lot of Jimbo Fisher. You really do. Well, I've done it in the past. The past doesn't matter. It is completely irrelevant. The past doesn't matter. Today is the day. Today. Or for you, tomorrow. You ready to go? Let's go.
No.
Yellowstone, season 5 premiered. How many people you think watch Yellowstone? Premiere on Sunday. Kevin Costner. How many people, Tom?
I'm going to say 18 million.
12.1 million, which is, Dancing with the Stars, about
20 million.
20 million. Shut up.
What? At its height, it averaged 20 million viewers.
Did not. This hit an all-time record, ratings record with 12.1 million viewers. Dancing with the Stars. 3 million people watching that.
I was trying to stream it, and the platform that I watch it on was completely shut down for that first hour.
Yeah, there's so many people that were trying to watch it. I went back and watched it last night, so I didn't try to watch it on the same day. So, hey, by the way, Tom, you ought to get in touch with your brother. There is a local kid from Eunice that is going to Baylor Aviation School. And you know his dad, Jimmy Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his son is actually going to Baylor.
Oh, absolutely.
To aviation school. So get in touch with your brother and tell him, hey, give some love to the kid from Eunice.
I'll definitely let him know. I talked to him. As a matter of fact, I talked to him last night.
So give him some love. Did you tell him you're almost ready to be on his payroll?
I won't go work for my brother. I'll tell you that.
Looks like yesterday they're claiming that the Senate, of course, but really Saturday, they came out and said the Senate was done. House yesterday, Republicans 217, Democrats 205. How many seats are still in play?
11?
13.
Wow.
So we got 13 seats that still have not been decided on.
This don't even make
sense.
The
election has not been counted. 13 seats. So Republicans really need one more seat to take control. But I would always say add some padding. And, of course, Senate seat, there's one more seat in play. Republicans could tie the Senate seat, or Democrats could get control of the Senate by one. And, of course, that Senate seat that is available is
Doge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And what House seats we just will not admit defeat?
I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time. Yeah.
Other than there's a legitimate question with Lauren Boebert's seat in Colorado, because that's gone back and forth, and now they're saying she may lose because of some votes that were tossed out because of improper signatures, and now they're gonna go and allow all these voters to have a chance to bring them back in. They have like a week.
I saw in one state that voters didn't put a signature, and now Democrats want those counted, and of course they're going, no, they didn't give you a signature. It's like, if you can't follow directions, maybe you shouldn't vote. Simple things like following directions is pretty damn important. So I don't
know. If there's some ballot harvesting going on, a missing signature might be the telltale sign.
Yeah, all right, we're going to talk about doctors are warning about a triple endemic. I have never heard of that word, triple demic, which I guess is like a triple pandemic, if I'm not mistaken.
Something.
Yeah, and this is all based around kids and schools and this type of stuff. I'll get to that. Price of oil coming up in just a second. Thought for the day. Morning show this morning being brought to you by North Star Fuel. Check them out today. If you're driving this morning from Carlsbad all the way down the Pecos, just a reminder that there's tons of construction going on in Loving. And they remind you at North Star to fuel up before you get to Loving, right there at North Star Fuel Station. They're between Loving and really Carlsbad and Loving. They're between there. Grab your ice, your water, everything you need for the day, and fill her up. Easy on and off access. They accept all gas cards like WEX, Gas Card, TCH, Fleetstone, all major credit cards and debit cards. 2519 Pecos Highway. Fill up today at North Star and avoid all that congestion and construction.
All right, dear W105 listeners, going forward with the extended version, we'll have B as guest every day. Now, the only difference will be the topic. I mean, why bother bringing different guests when he knows all the answers? Laugh out loud.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
The texter. They want you to be the guest so you can, since you know it all.
Yeah, they're basically saying you're a know-it-all.
Yeah. So I said I wasn't going to ask crazy questions for Steve Pierce. Yeah. No, I actually do a little research and do study a little bit on stuff. So sorry if I know stuff that you don't. Maybe you ought to read. Maybe you and Tom ought to get together and form a damn book club.
Well, whatever.
ABCs. 1, 2, 3.
I think Tom's last book, says the texter, was Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham.
He ate that.
Says the text.
Will always says, if he eats like that in front of us, can you imagine the way he eats away from us? And point proven on Saturday.
Okay, I fell off the wagon. But you always do that on road trips.
You've never been able to climb your big butt up on the wagon.
Your butt ain't been up there.
So I fell off the wagon. So what?
You fell off the wagon?
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the recent earthquake?
So you're trying to tell me that when you're by yourself and there's no one there to keep track, you're eating perfectly, and only when we're out and about is when you eat bad.
No doubt.
When I'm with B, I eat what I want.
Yeah, especially if B's paying.
Every day.
Yeah. Oh, mister. Oh, I forgot my wallet.
I did. I left it in my car.
You know what? I hope somebody goes in your car and steals your wallet. I do. After you take advantage of me. Take advantage of me and make me pay for everything. I hope somebody goes into your unlocked car right now and steals your wallet. By the way, Tom's car will not lock, so it's very easy to get into. Any crackheads listening looking for some change? I'm just saying that's the place to be.
Thanks a lot.
You're going to have to, dig through a bunch of food trash.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a little work, but, I mean, if you're methed up, I mean, that's no big deal. I've seen you guys go out and strip a copper, from a radio tower. So, I mean, digging through his stuff is not going to be a big deal.
Okay. Hey, Republican, says the text, finally screwed and backstabbed each other for the last time for me. I am now an independent.
I thought about going down that road many times.
Uh-huh.
Back when we had the House, the Senate, and Donald Trump as president, and they would not work with Donald Trump. I even said I'm thinking about walking away. I'm thinking about walking away from but the options are
limited.
So limited. But I mean, being independent means that you can, vote either way and still vote Republican. You just don't want to have that name attached to you. Mm-hmm. Libertarian, I love a lot of what the libertarians believe in, but
they don't win.
Then you get a candidate like Karen Badoni. I will not concede. Oh, stop it already.
Libertarian in name only.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Doctors are warning about the looming triple-demic for children and for schools. Doctors in our state are very concerned about what they're calling a possible triple-demic, which is the threat of flu season together with RSV and COVID cases. Look, kids have been suffering with RSV for a long, long time. I remember my grandkids getting it, and the flu's been around forever, and now we got COVID. Kids traditionally aren't the ones that are, getting COVID, are, suffering from COVID. So we'll wait and see where this goes. But they're trying to scare the bejesus out of you with a triple-demic. It is it's
all combined.
Yeah, it's all combined. So be very careful out there. And triple-demic will put a pressure on healthcare workers.
I went to the Steve Pierce Day yesterday in Hobbs, and I bumped into our Sheriff Corey. Mm-hmm. And he said to me something very interesting, because we were talking about this triple thing.
Triple-demic?
Mm-hmm.
Triple.
And he says, Tom, watch out for the governor, because she's reelected. Watch out. She never really expired those health standards. Remember all those that she put into place?
No, her emergency orders are still in place.
Right. She never did take them off.
By the way, I got a story somewhere. I gotta get to it about the percentage of state workers that are not showing up for work. And the number is astounding. And not only that, I never thought about this. The empty buildings that we got to pay insurance on them. We got to pay for heating and air for those that do show up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if we're going to tell people they can work from home, maybe we ought to shut the buildings down. That would save the state. What's going on right now is great. And why in year 3 going on year 4?
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't tell people, hey, get back to work. 3 University of Virginia football stars have been identified as victims allegedly killed by a fellow student and a former college football player during a mass shooting. Linebacker Deshaun Perry, 22, Lavelle Davis, and Devin Chandler all died Sunday when the suspected gunman, Christopher Darnell Jones, allegedly opened fire somewhere close to a parking garage at the university on Monday. Davis's father said, "Lord God help me," on Facebook. And Davis was 6'7", was a number 2 in the nation, and had a bright future in NFL. And was shot down. More in this story. Hopefully we can find out why. Why is this happening? Was there a beef? What the heck was going on? Let's take a minute. Will, did you invest in FTX, the cryptocurrency?
No.
So the big donor of the Democratic Party, little Sam Bankman, took people's investment, was investing it in the Democratic Party. So took other people's money and was investing in the Democratic Party. Not only that, Ukraine was heavily invested. And I'm just kind of wondering, Ukraine, wait, war-torn country, you're investing in the stock market? And maybe you should invest in something that's, I don't know, a little bit sustainable? We're giving you money to invest. Is that what you're telling me? There's more to this story. And I would not be surprised if the whole idea of the cryptocurrency was making it easier for political payoffs back to U.S. politicians. But Ukraine investing in cryptocurrency, we're giving you hundreds of billions of dollars,
right,
to support your way of life. We need another $10 billion to keep the government running, and you guys are investing that money in cryptocurrency, and nobody has a problem with this.
Right?
Serious. Your taxes are going up. And Ukraine is taking our money and investing in cryptocurrency?
And whatever else they say they're doing.
Bankman, second largest Democratic donor in the 21-22 cycle, donated $39.8 million to the Democratic Party. By the way, the biggest donor would be George Soros, that donated $28 million. And so where did this money come from? How did it make its way to Ukraine? And has some of that money come back to U.S. politicians? These are all questions that we need to know. We need to know.
So I'm looking at 3 months ago, FTX was like at $30.
Yeah.
And then it dropped to nothing. Like it's down now to like $1.
Yeah. Ooh. So Ukraine invested highly and then now it's worth anything. Well, I mean, they're not investing their own money. They're investing our money. Isn't that nuts? Whole thing is kind of crazy. Tom, and Look at News coming up this morning, 6:37. Tom, what stories you working on?
All right, it was Steve Pierce Day in Hobbs on Monday. We'll tell you what he spoke about. He got very emotional yesterday. We have that soundbite coming up. Also, a Hobbs woman was a woman who was killed in a wreck a week ago. If you remember that CMV hit that truck and then ran. They still haven't seen that truck or that driver as well. And an Artesia man broke into the Roswell Mall over the weekend. And I'll tell you what he did. That's coming up, B.
He broke in.
Right. But after he broke in, I'll tell you what strange what he did.
Oh, there's strange people out there.
Very strange people.
Very, very strange. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Dependable, excellent service. Get in touch with them today. Go to the website, wakefieldoil.com. 35-plus years ago, Mr. Wendell Wakefield packed up the family and brought them to New Mexico to start Wakefield Oil. They deliver oil and gas products in the patch, interstate batteries. If you need unleaded or green diesel, red diesel in the patch, they go on-road and off-road. WakefieldOil.com for more information. Thought for the day is I eat cake because somebody's birthday somewhere. Tom A's mentality, I eat cake.
That's right.
Because it's somebody's birthday somewhere. So thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. Price of oil coming up in a second. 6:39. We're being the Breakfast Club.
And good morning, guy, says the text. I have a good thought for the day. He says, stars cannot shine without darkness. Makes sense. But it doesn't matter anymore. They get away with it. I mean, we are screwed, says this one particular text. And Big John says, good morning, guys. Money from the United States to Ukrainian to crypto to Democratic donations.
Mm-hmm. That's my thought.
Mm-hmm. And B might as well be the guest on the snooze version. Tom only has the same 5 people from Eddy and Lee County. No, we have a different guest coming up this morning. So we'll tell you later who that is.
Yeah, who is it?
Well, he had a confrontation with county commissioners last week. Coy Griffin will be our guest coming up.
Oh, yeah, because we've never had Coy.
We've never had somebody new.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coy.
Well, we hadn't had him in a while.
Yeah, somebody new.
Tom.
So,
if you're watching on camera, that smile. Somebody new. Somebody new.
Yeah. Did I say somebody new?
Yeah, you sure did.
You did.
Somebody new, and then you had to think about it. Oh, wait, he's not new.
Well, we've got a new story with him, so he's going to talk about.
Larry Marker, I love you. The mainstays are Buddy Larry and Coy.
Well, Larry hadn't been on either. So.
Well, the election's over.
2 weeks ago.
I love you, Larry. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out the obvious,
He's
brother.
also got some things interesting to say,
I'm just pointing it out.
So.
Hey, a morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill. Get in touch with them today. 575-748-3324. Want to bring breakfast to everybody in the office this morning? Call in advance. They can get it prepared. And what a great place to eat breakfast. Home-style breakfast inside the Best Western Pecos Inn in Artesia. It's the Roadrunner Grill. Great place to be. They have awesome food. Need them to cater your next event. That's not a problem either. 575-748-3324. Chip on the phone early this morning. What's up, Chip?
Well, I have some interesting things to say this morning.
Say it.
First of all, I was hit with my first restraining order yesterday, issued by the Lovington Superintendent, Miss Quiones.
What happened?
Yeah.
A restraining order?
I went to go have our meeting yesterday, remember?
Yes.
Because there was a lot of incidents that had been arising, which all stimulated, of course, from lunches.
Right.
We'll leave that at that. So yesterday I go by because on Friday they decided, if you remember me saying that they decided to talk down to my kid, try to make him feel dumb, and they did all this without informing me that there was a behavioral issue, which that kid doesn't have behavioral issues, that's for sure. So he's the teacher's pet.
So they hit you with a restraining order?
They hit me with the restraining order because I was trying to stand up for my rights as a parent for my son. So now guess what I get to do? Because since I have a restraining order on me, if there's ever an issue that arises, I'm not even allowed at any of the schools. I have 2 kids in school. I'm not allowed at any of the schools, and I can't go pick them up if there's an emergency and there's nobody else around. I can't even show up to pick up my own kids.
So can you go to a school board meeting?
Nope, can't even do that no more. They completely banned me from all anything to do with the Lovington campuses.
So
and this is what gets me, okay? I went in there to go have that meeting, which cost me money out of my day, out of my time, because her little PR person over there, Stephanie, wanted to be a smart ass with me on Friday. So I was like, all right, well, I'll make the meeting for 7:15 Monday morning. And she was rude when I had gotten the phone with her, which I've tried to be so good about this and bite my tongue in so many ways and try to just sit back and let stuff roll. But for all of this to stimulate and happen, when I wanted just to have a phone call on Friday, and I said, call me back, because she was in a meeting to the principal of the Yarborough, she didn't call me back because she knew she had messed up. So when I showed up yesterday to the school administration, and I showed up with Ms. Quinones to have that meeting, I was streaming it and recording for my safety, because I did not want them to say that I said something that was inaccurate. For my safety, I was recording it.
Right,
and for
sure.
hers, so this way if I said anything, they can cross-check it. There's a live feed. You can do whatever, which is fine. She refused to have the meeting. I was like, okay. I was like, if this is the way we're going to go about it, I'm sorry. I was like, you're literally
let me ask you this much. So why the restraining order? Usually there has to be a threat to have a restraining order. So this is
exactly why I was recording, because she said that I threatened them, and I was like, no, ma'am, I never did. I said that if I needed to, I would threaten you with legal action. I go, which guess what now is exactly what I'm going to do.
So legal action's not really a it's not a physical threat. It's not.
No, exactly.
Hell, I get threatened every damn day.
B, I had 8 officers at the Yarborough Elementary that showed up within minutes, literally within minutes of me parking in front of that school, waiting for my wife to get there so that we could drop off my 4th graders so that we could have a meeting with that principal, who absolutely refused to do anything.
Damn, now you're a terrorist.
So,
Right.
exactly, this is the best part. Like, I literally sat there to Miss Quinones' face with all the cops around while they were trying to intimidate me. You're not going to intimidate me. I don't care who you are. That's my son. And if anybody tries to talk down to him, which is verbal abuse in any level, is verbal abuse.
So
I should have every right to be in there and having my conversation with.
So what we need to do?
Was a coward just as much.
We're gonna get a comment from the school. So be listening tomorrow and see if Tom can get a comment from them and see.
I'm sure you are.
And see where we're gonna go from here. But restraining order. Now you're deemed a terrorist. But don't forget, this is what happened in Pennsylvania when parents stood up to the school board and they were deemed terrorist.
And that's exactly what I want parents out there to understand, is I got in trouble for standing up for my kids' rights. And I want everybody out there to understand that it's not just me that I'm fighting for, and all of you people who will text in and say, well, maybe you shouldn't have been acting out right. I didn't curse. I was very civilized. I know what I was in there to do. I was level-headed. And you know what? I completely lost all respect for Miss Quinones, for the entire Livingston School Board, for any principal of this school system. They're all trash. And I'll stand there and say it to every one of them to their face like I've done before.
By the way, I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I've done a lot worse at schools.
It just blew my mind, B. Like, literally, how did I get it? Like, I got a text message on my phone from the school, right? From the school administration building, saying that there was a heavy presence of police at the Yarborough minutes before the cops even showed up. So tell me how well this was staged on their part. How well were they waiting for me to get there? That she instantly turned down this meeting and the cops were within 5 minutes. They had a full restraining order filled out, ready for me to sign before anything could even happen.
Yeah,
how ridiculous is that?
Well, we'll let you know what the answer is tomorrow. So, Tom, you need to get in touch and find out.
Those people,
it's crazy that we have come to a point in time. Look, do we have, and Chip, thank you. Do we have people that are crazy out there? Yeah, we do. Do we need to protect teachers and principals? Yes, we do. Do we need to protect superintendents? Yes, we do. But a parent that hasn't had any physical confrontations, a restraining order just seems a little much. That's just me.
Yeah. But he has a track record with this Livingston School
of asking questions.
Whoa, whatever.
Of asking questions.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you pay taxes, You have the right to ask questions.
I'm glad he recorded. I want to see that recording myself.
So you have the right to ask questions. Will, don't you have the right to ask questions about your kids'
really
education?
Do.
You do.
You have the right to ask questions, and so they don't have, just because they don't like the manner in which you ask, doesn't necessarily give them the right to.
Now let me tell you, Tom. You know my temper.
Yes.
You know my temper. I've gone to, when my kids were in Dexter, I've gone over there and raised hell. I'm talking about raised hell.
Yep.
I never got a restraining order. Number one, they knew that maybe they knew that, did I threaten to sue them? Hell yeah, I threatened to sue them. I mean, yeah, I threatened to sue them, but I never said I was going to, physically harm them. So this is a different world we live in. And I think restraining orders for parents, unless they make a physical threat, is a whole nother level. So we need to get an answer from the school.
Okay. Oh, boy. Let's read the text. Hey, Chip, they're public servants. They can't deny you services when performing their duties. I mean, you get yourself a civil case there, bud. Sue the blink out of them, says the text. And another one says against him. One of the texters says he's lying. Another texter says he threatens them all the time. Wow. Here we go.
What is a threat? What is a threat? I'm going to sue you. That's not. I mean, if it's not a physical threat, it's not a threat. If you're not threatening to do harm, now threatening to sue is something totally different.
Mm-hmm. Another texter says, way to go, loving in schools. Get rid of that Karen, says the texter.
Well, we'll see.
Read who that was.
I feel liberal, by the way.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this. I'll be asking questions today.
All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Platinum Auto Service under brand new ownership, 575-689-6900. By the way, they've cleared out the parking lot. They've got room for you right now. They're offering fast service. If you got tire issues, they can take care of that. Brakes, you ain't going to need the AC the next couple of days, but when you need it, you're going to need it. They do AC service, alignments. If you got a truck that needs to be lifted and leveled, and maybe you want to put new bumpers on it, you want to make it look really good, put the winch in the front, they can take care of all of that stuff for you. They offer diagnostic testing. They also offer fleet service. They offer scheduled maintenance service. Give them a call today in Carlsbad, 575-689-6900. Find them today. Looks like a Florida judge on Monday threw out the lawsuit challenging Ron DeSantis's migrant relocation program, removing the potential obstacle for the Republican governor to resume the effort to start shipping people to other parts of the country. So the judge threw the case out. Done. Sorry, not going to happen. And election watchdog groups force Minnesota County to remove duplicate names from voter rolls. So if you got duplicate names and it's the same person casting multiple ballots, yeah, remove them, please. I mean, it stands for a reason. So it took a lawsuit to remove the duplicate names. That's one thing here in New Mexico. We have not purged the voting rolls in years.
Yes.
We have not purged the voting rolls in years, which makes it very easy for a dead person to vote. Texas man faces criminal charges, allegedly trying to end his wife's pregnancy, slipping her the medication and a drink. Grand jury indicted the Houston man Mason Herring, and he has been charged with assault. So slipped her the what's the medication called that ends the pregnancy, Will? I
don't remember what the
I can't,
morning after pill's called.
Morning after pill. Slipped her morning after pill after thinking she was pregnant. And a 79-year-old man in Texas impregnated a 12-year-old child nearly 3 decades ago, recently sentenced to prison. Robert Crawford impregnated a 12-year-old and brought the child to an abortion clinic. Upon seeing the child, the abortion clinic notified the attorney general, and this guy, many years later, has been indicted. This all happened in 1995. An 8th grader in Arizona is speaking out after her, 8th grade teacher speaking out after her and her husband were fired from the school system. Tom, you ever heard of OnlyFans?
Yeah, once.
You don't post your videos up on OnlyFans? Okay. So anyway, they were up on OnlyFans, and school district found out about it, and her and her husband fired from the school district. So this is something totally new. Thunderbolt Middle School says that they basically forced a woman to resign. She was a science teacher, and they put her on leave and then probation, and then so what somebody does on their own time, is that their business unless it involves kids? What's your thought on that, Will?
I'm sorry, say it again. I was reading the text.
So 8th grade teacher and her husband both lost their jobs because they were on OnlyFans filming themselves having sexual relations. So, in most cases, that might be okay. But if you're teaching kids, not okay. By the way, we've also found out that firemen and police officers that have gone on OnlyFans, not okay for them either. So,
look, if anything you do that could be seen in the public and could jeopardize your regular job, I mean, you need to be mindful of that.
In some cases, those people have made more money on OnlyFans than their real job.
Well, then go knock yourself out.
Go knock yourself out. I understand where Tom got the battery tank fire. So is it tank battery or battery tank?
It all depends how you use it.
So, but I know where you got it. You copied the story off of KRQE.
No, there was the Eddy County had their own
battery
release.
Tank fire.
Had their own release.
Battery tank.
So.
Right there. Battery tank.
I didn't even look at that story. I went right to Eddy County.
Hell no, I won't look at it. Looks like Gisele Bunchman already moving on from Tom Brady.
Get out. Who's she seeing?
Now, when I see stories like this, it makes me suspect that maybe she was with the other dude before they actually filed for divorce. This guy's name is Joaquin Valentine.
There we go.
Walking the beaches of Costa Rica. He is a MMA jiu-jitsu
fighter.
No, he's not a fighter. He's a teacher.
Really?
And so she's walking around Costa Rica with this guy. And, yeah.
Did you show a picture of him with her?
They did, but I don't have the picture.
Oh.
So I'm just kind of like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tom, maybe there was some hanky-panky going on. Where's Tom this week?
Good riddance.
Oh, Tom is in New York City this weekend. When does he leave? Friday? Okay, I'll be over there Friday.
Right.
Appeals court ruled another ruling against Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program. So that's, what is that, 2 or 3 courts that have come out and said, no, you can't transfer wealth. Doesn't work that way. Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Find out more information. Go to the website, greatoilfieldjobs.com, or text Oilfield to 63566. They are currently looking for you. If you've ever supervised a frac crew, they want to teach you to become a seamening supervisor with their SSIT program. Ever run a blender in the patch? They want to teach you how to become a seamening equipment operator. Must have a CDL and willing to work a lot of hours. They offer the best pay in the biz and one of the best benefit packages. Housing is available. If you need more information, go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate checks in at $85.21. That's up 65 cents from 6 a.m. $92.61 for Brent crude, down 40 cents. And the natural gas prices staying steady, $5.80.
Taking out the trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. 575-390-4549, reminding you to give to Lovington Shelter so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. Well, this seems to be a hairy situation. 2 women arrested in Colombia after they were smuggling cocaine in their hair weaves. I saw the picture of this. It's pretty ingenious. They had like capsules that were stuck in the bottom of the hair weaves. Yeah. They were headed to Madrid, Spain, ready to deliver the drugs. 2 kilos of the white powdery substance stuck in their hair weaves. Authorities definitely weren't expecting this. At first, they thought maybe the white substance was dandruff. Hair extensions were a bad idea. And by the way, it could give you extensive prison time. Congratulations, you are not the boob of the day, but you're definitely getting taken out. You're out of here. Gone. 659 KWMW, Maljamore 105.1 FM. Couple more stories. Tom will look at news, things that happened on this date in history, and more.
And go look at his Facebook, says the texter. He reviews all kinds of weird stuff. He's referring to Chip, I believe, to the city and everyone else. He's on disability and mentally unstable. Now, he is the one who's causing the problems.
Wait, Chip has a full-time job.
Well, this is the texter saying this.
Well, I'm correcting them. He has a full-time job. And
Look, there were several of the things. I asked the texter to respond. I texted them back because they were making several accusations against Chip. And I said, okay, who? Where? Give us information so we can talk to these people. And they just kept on rallying with the next thing. They never answered my question.
So
his real name isn't Chip. Look, well, no kidding, his real name isn't even Chip. We've got a lot of hardly anybody uses their real name on here.
Is Chip a conspiracy theorist? Yeah, I am too. Not a big deal. Not
Look,
for me.
We're reading your text. We allow you to call if you'd like to call and dispute what he said. If you have some actual facts, actual, I mean, not hearsay, not.
So I want to know.
Told me on, or I saw on Facebook.
Yeah, here's the deal. Was anybody threatened physically? Anybody was threatened physically?
I think they're intimidated by him.
It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that we got some crackhead that's running around Lovington breaking windows, and then we got another that runs around and just ejaculates all over
B.
And they're not in jail. But 8 police officers at the school for this one dude. And, I'm not bashing the Lovington Police Department because the political system, the judicial system lets these habitual offenders out over and over and over.
After the school board and so many other things, I'm very aware that Chip has a certain perception, especially with members of the Lovington School Board. I mean, he was obviously very outspoken against Leanne Gandy. And so I'm sure that they were prepared or they were expecting on some level. But by the same standpoint, he is a parent of your students.
And a taxpayer.
He has rights.
And a taxpayer. Who pays the bills? Taxpayers do. Sometimes we forget that.
Mm-hmm.
We forget all that. By the way, yesterday, we're at the Hobbs schools and went through their C-Tech.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't it awesome?
Oh, my goodness. This is awesome that we know all kids are not going to college. We know all kids are going to get into a trade, so let's help them get into trade. I applaud the Hobbs school system and everybody that came up with this idea.
So many sponsors. JF Maddox. I can't this place was so. And thank you to Rebecca Long for taking the time to take us over there and give us a tour.
So I'm just going to say, there are kids from Jow and Tatum, and did they say Seminole?
They said Seminole and Denver City could come over. I don't know that they have yet, but they could.
And they said Lovington can actually be part of that too, if they would like to.
As of yet, they have not.
And they should, because this is a awesome opportunity.
Look, this is how passionate I feel about this facility. Is I've already talked to the boy's mom, and I'm going to move Connor here next year.
Really? Wow.
Specifically for CTEC, because I tell you what, the opportunities that it provides are going to be, there are so many. It gives kids a leg up that they wouldn't get. I mean, and a lot of times they leave with certification for whatever profession they're looking at ahead of time. These virtual welders that they had are badass.
Look, we know that welders can go to work making six figures and make a lot of money. And not only are they training these kids here, but underwater welding and all kind of stuff. So this is state of the art mechanics, culinary art,
you name
it.
IT.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
there wasn't anything in this building that wasn't state of the art.
So
and if it wasn't for the amount of oil field money and sponsor money and people who donated and put all this. I mean, there's so much that went into this, and just to be able to, I had zero clue. I mean, I knew that it was there, and I knew the building was big. I knew it was pretty from the outside, but until you go inside, you don't understand the scope.
Pretty cool
of how big this thing is.
Talk to Mr. Ramirez, who worked for Oxy, retired from Oxy, and is now the teacher teaching about going to work in the oil field.
Yep.
And just awesome place. And every school system in Lee County and beyond should be taking advantage of this and getting kids training to go from one point, high school, right to the work site.
Well, and the way they progress too, because they start and they give them an option to like basically get a good overview of everything, and then you get to specialize. Okay, what did you really enjoy? Okay, let's go there for your next class, and then after that, then you progress and you get to an advanced class, and then after that they let you intern. So and when you're even in these, all of this stuff is hands on. You have to see these shops to understand. This is like. Imagine a wood shop or a home ec class on steroids.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
This is like on steroids, something that you've just blown up. And not only that, this is a benchmark for all other schools in New Mexico to follow suit.
Right.
Because we know that not everybody's going to college, and sometimes we push kids towards college, and they have no chance of succeeding in college. Now, they will succeed in a trade. So, awesome.
Now, I remember, was a year and a half ago when Senator Gallegos and Eva Haro and I toured that, but they were still a skeleton. And
awesome.
It was awesome. I said, this is going to be awesome.
No, it's a working school now. It's been working since August. And I tell you what, it is so impressive.
Yeah. Super. All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Fireman's Pet Barbecue. Get in touch with our buddy Rich and talk to him about what he can do for you. He can cater from 1 to 1,000. Got a holiday party coming up. They can cater that. Maybe you're thinking about picking up one of their smoked turkeys or their hams. Order it today. You're running out of time. We're a week away, a little over a week away from Thanksgiving. So
can't believe it.
Order it today at 254-458-3229. Follow them on Facebook at Fireman's Pet Barbecue. And then once you get on Facebook, you can message them. They will answer your messages on Facebook if you send them a private message. From 1 to 1,000, they can cater. Give them a holler. They're very good at catering on locations in the patch. They do a whole bunch of that. Fireman's Pet Barbecue on Facebook. Check them out today. New Mexico State Police investigating 3 deadly accidents. So, State Police investigating several fatality crashes so far this month. Quake County responded to Quake County Road, Highway 54. That was a fatality there, and the list goes on and on. State Police, there was one thing I could ask State Police that we get more information sooner, but sometimes it is not prudent. Tom's heart's going to be broken.
What?
Len Goodman.
What about him?
Of Dancing with the Stars. announced his retirement.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. He's only 78. I can't believe he's finally going to retire. Oh. I mean, Dancing with Stars had more people watching than, oh, my goodness. Oh, than Yellowstone. Oh.
20 million at his height every Monday.
Whatever.
I was one of those 20 million.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even.
Well.
I wouldn't even.
What are you guys? Both of you guys are so masculine and macho.
I wouldn't even.
That you're not going to even acknowledge that that's a good show?
Not a good show.
That was a good show. I missed it.
So, I mean, I'm going to stand around watching people dance.
Oh, you're talking about Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
I used to have to watch that when I was married. That's one of the things I'm grateful for not being married anymore.
Oh, hell no. Will,
oh my God.
I'm taking your man card away. You control the damn TV.
No, I didn't. No, look, we equally shared it. There were things I would let her watch or would watch while she was there. It's a compromise, B.
Right?
Compromising?
B ain't gonna do nothing like that. By the way, guys, you know what happened to me last night? Number one, I went to the eye doctor in Hobbs. That's why I was there. And Steve Pierce Day. So I went to the eye doctor. I got cataracts.
Blind as hell.
I got cataracts. So I'm going to have surgery on my eyes, one at a time. They take the lens out of your eye. It's an actual lens, and put another one in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the doctor, well, how long is that going to take? I mean, I have to patch over my eye? Oh, no. No,
you walk out.
It takes 15 minutes.
So, Dancing with the Stars' largest ratings, by the way, 6.1 million.
This week?
No, largest ratings ever. I just looked it up.
Don't think so. So anyway, I get home, right? I get home. I, pick up push-ups, petting them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the TV falls off my mantle. My 80-inch screen TV fell off my mantle.
Why?
I don't know why.
Was it not bolted?
No, it just had that legs underneath it.
I don't know. If you got a 300-pound man walking around a RV, I don't know. I'd probably have it attached. That's just me. I don't know.
Well, it didn't shatter or nothing. Those things don't shatter. But you could see where it landed.
They damn sure do shatter.
And it shattered on the inside. I turned it on. I couldn't see nothing.
You ain't got cable anyway, so you ain't got nothing to watch.
Well, now I got nothing to watch.
Dude, you don't even know what you bump when you walk past us in the studio. You're like knocking things over left and right.
It just fell.
I'm sure you knocked the TV over.
It just fell.
I could not believe that.
All right, inspections of New Mexico found that we're paying to maintain buildings, and several buildings have nobody in the buildings. We still have the air conditioning coming on and the heat coming on. We're still paying insurance, still paying for telecommunications and that type of stuff. So what is the percentage of workers in the state that are working from home?
I'm going to say 60%.
That's a little high. Well, what would you think?
What percentage are we asking about?
State workers working outside of their work. They have been going back to work.
Oh, at least 40.
So 38% of state workers not back on the job, working remotely from home. Hell, they could be in another state and we wouldn't even know about it.
And the lights are turned on at their offices.
Well, and unused businesses have cost the state $18 million a year. $18 million a year. What could we do with $18 million in this state?
Right.
38% of state workers still working remotely. And if I was the governor, I would wake up this morning and I would send a memo out, and it would be very short. It would be
Get your butt
the
back to work.
pandemic is over. Get your ass back to work. Simply. Like,
Oh, but B, that's insensitive. What if they don't feel safe?
Yeah, me.
I would send the Elon Musk memo out, get your ass back to work. The time has come that you will get your ass back to work. Get into the office by Monday, or you will not have a job. Maybe I'm just too tough. Get to work. You are working for the people of New Mexico. They're back to work. Now it's time for you to get your lazy ass back to work. Nothing more, nothing less. Check of the weather news coming up this morning. On the way, we'll be talking about 1,400% increase in revenue from oil and gas industry. What is the top contributor to New Mexico? Oh, wait, could it be the industry that you want to kill? 1,400% in revenue. State of New Mexico owns about 13 million acres of land, according to the land commissioner. We'll talk about renewable energy and how that plays a big part in that land. Also, a elderly couple dies because the man would not leave his wife.
Oh.
They both died. Chuck Carr played for the Marlins. I'll tell you what happened to him. And a Georgia man arrested. He's got like 106 dogs. And back in November of 1994, Albuquerque woman went on for her daily run and was raped.
What?
They've got the guy. They penned the guy DNA evidence, enough DNA evidence to charge him. We'll get to that. Wrap up the text.
All right, buddy. Estimated about 50% of people did not go back to work, he says. Another texter says, what did Tom just say? He has an 80-inch screen TV?
And ain't got no cable.
And still lives in the bus?
I still live. I gave my 70-inch to my neighbor because he needed it to use it. I thought, well, I need a new one anyway. So
well, I mean, all the work he's done on the bus. I mean, that's very white of you.
Well, I mean, I was updating my bus, and
I mean,
so wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you gave away a perfectly good TV, and you bought a new, bigger TV.
Yes.
Yeah, and I still haven't got my lunch. What the hell?
But
you're giving away TVs, and I ain't got no damn lunch.
Right.
I don't. Well, and the TV he had to begin with, he had gotten given anyway.
Well, that TV is now in my bunker.
That's one of the TVs that you got given.
Right.
I don't think you know what you got.
So what am I going to do, guys? I guess I'm going to buy a new one.
Oh, Pobrecito Mio's got to go buy a new one.
One of the texters saying, Tom's wanting you to buy him a new TV, Will.
Oh, wait, Black Friday could be coming up. Oh,
that's right.
Oh, hell no.
What do you think, guys? I mean, I could use a TV.
Tom,
go buy a TV.
Go buy. You don't have any bills. You have enough money to go buy your own TV.
And you still owe me lunch.
And I still owe you lunch.
By the way, I leave on Friday. I leave on Friday to go to Galveston, so I like my lunch before then.
Oh, for Thanksgiving? You are coming back, right?
And then I'll be back Monday, the following Monday, and I'm back until Friday, and then I leave to go to the Philippines. So I like my lunch at some point.
Okay.
Son of a guns never bought me a lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever, ever, ever paid for my lunch. Ever. Never. How many times do you think I paid for your lunch?
A couple times.
A couple times. Morning, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Tom was fishing for a free TV. He wants the mayor of Lovington to get him a new TV.
Hey, the mayor might buy him a TV.
He's not going to shut up about it the whole show, so he'll have a new TV by this evening.
Hey, why don't you buy him a TV? Come on, man. Buy him a TV.
Oh, no.
So I have a problem buying and giving, unless it's my grandkids. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. All right, 717. Checking the weather. 48 for the high. Sunny skies. Most of that wind will be gone. 31 tonight. That's below freezing. 45 and cloudy. and then still below freezing tomorrow night. Tom, what's the freezing? What's below freezing?
I would believe it's 32, isn't it?
Yeah, 32.
Yeah.
Finally got that. Congratulations. After many years of asking, I'm glad you finally are able to count.
Well, I knew I could leave my water on the
it
bus.
was right in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
7:18. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by WWRV3.com. They've got 3 RV parks and 162 RV sites, 30 and 50 amps available. One price, all the utilities included. Find out more information. Give them a call, 988-0392, or go to that website, WWRV3.com. They're pet-friendly. Their facility is lit up with street lights. And the cool thing is, every one of their sites, all 162, come with wired internet. So if you stream or watch movies, it's perfect for you. Give them a call, 988-0392, or go to the website, WWRV.com. Anything before we take the break?
Well, Shorty from Lovington, I guess Will read the text.
Shorty, come on, you buy him a TV.
Me having an 80-inch TV still in the bus. And then it goes on to say, wow, thank you, Tom. You read that text, but you weren't and never read my good morning, gentlemen. Every day I text good morning. Dang you, Tom, says Shorty from Lovington this morning. Well, good morning to you. Hey, so what is Ronchetti going to do now?
I don't know.
Ask the text.
Well, you ought to hit him up and become our meteorologist.
What now?
You ought to hit up Ronchetti to become our staff meteorologist.
There we go. I'll do that.
Now, when I talked to him last week, he was going to take a very much deserved vacation. So, and I said, well, can we get you on the show when you come back? I said, yeah. Just
his wife has a marketing firm, advertising firm. Maybe he'll go to work for her. I don't think he's going back as a meteorologist. I think those bridges are burned.
I think you got to write a book about the whole thing. Is what I think. And if Tom can read the text,
yeah, because that would, I'm sure it'd be a big seller across the United States.
Well,
Jesus,
people have written strange books and bought them. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Tom can read the text correctly, for 3 consecutive days, I'll buy him a TV.
Larry Morker on the phone. Larry, you know I love you. Tom is you're the mainstay for Tom.
Yeah, it's that bromance. But hey, just want to give you guys an update. These county commissions are having meetings all over the state, certifying
canvassing the votes,
the election, and we haven't even got the vote completed yet. I still don't know how many votes I got.
I want to know what the hell was taking so long, and a bigger question: what the hell is going on in Roswell? Gee whiz. Serious. What a dumpster fire with Mayor Tim taking control, and now he's brought in a attorney that he appointed, and then the city manager is stepping down,
resigned, yes,
and then the whole thing. Boy, elections have consequences, Roswell.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I know some of the city councilors, and I've been leaving them alone. I didn't want to ask them any questions until the dust settles and the smoke clears. But anyway, I'm headed down to Eddy County to go to their commission meeting to ask them not to certify this election, and we'll move from there. I still have that issue in Santa Fe court trying to remove Maggie from office for using non-compliant machines. But yeah, this election is about as big of a dumpster fire as the city of Roswell. It's just nobody knows it because the newspapers aren't reporting it.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, the same thing in the city of Roswell. Nobody's saying anything.
Exactly.
Right now it's crazy because people can get away with pretty much anything.
Anything they want.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I appreciate it. Just wanted to give you guys an update.
Appreciate you, Larry. Be safe on the road. 877-396-W105, 722. Got to get to the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance this morning. Being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Our buddy Rebecca Long started her business at 19 years of age. I got to say, a woman that is organized, a woman that knows how to run a business, knows how to just make everybody feel like they're important, serious. Every time I talk to Rebecca, it's about me. And that's the way she treats her clients. That's why she's been successful for 40 years. Started the business at 19, 40 years later, still helping people. Still helping people. If you got insurance needs, you need to get in touch with Rebecca. She'll give you a quote. If you just had the dreaded rate increase and you're shopping around, you ought to get in touch with Rebecca Long. If you're in Eddy County, Chaves County, Lee County, get in touch with Rebecca Long. She could take care of everything, bundle it together, save you a lot of money. RTVs, boats, home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Her number is 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today. Tom will look at news on the way. We'll qualify folks for a chance to win cash. Right now, our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Rebecca Long.
We are the Dominguez family from Hobbs, New Mexico.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
El Charo de Oro, Sebastián de la Cruz.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brown stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
725. We are on the Breakfast Club on W105. Lord's Prayer being brought to you by Judah Oil.
From Psalms 119, it says, "Trouble and distress have come upon me, but your commands are my delight."
Lord's Prayer at 726. We're W105.
Hi, this is Kim with Judah Oil and the Harris family doing the Lord's Prayer for you today. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
726. We're going to give you a chance to win some cash. Got a lot of things to talk about this morning. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store, reminding you that they have furniture, appliances, electronics. Talk to them about zero down financing. Also in the same store, they have an extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls. Is it cold enough for you yet? It's going to get there. You need winter wear, everything from jackets to neck gaiters to insulated coveralls and all of that. They've got it there at Rig Outfitters and the Broadmoor Mall. And right next door, you got Scrub Outfitters, the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Healing Hands, Manicures, Dickies, Peaches, and other scrubs. They've got the compression socks and the really comfy shoes because you're going to be on your feet a whole bunch. And they got the equipment to go along to start in the medical field. Scrub Outfitters and Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. 48 for the high today, sunny. Most of that wind is gone today. 31 and below freezing tonight. 45 tomorrow, and then 27 Wednesday night. Maybe warming up a little bit on Thursday, but back in the 40s for Friday. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Things that happen on this date in history. Boob of the day, Earl Pitts and more just around the corner. News, checking in with Tom A. Being brought to you by our buddy Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. You can find him in Roswell or at the RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Settling big cases. Over $10 million in one case in the Patch. $9 million in a medical malpractice case. And if you've been involved in a car accident, slip and fall, and that type of stuff, settling those cases, battling with the insurance companies to settle. 575-208-5300. Gotten yourself in a criminal matter, Luke can also defend you. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. 729, we're W105, B and the Breakfast Club. Let's qualify some folks.
Miracle Ear in Hobbs, Carlsbad, Artesia, and Roswell presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
I'm Tom A. Reese with MTD Radio News, in charge of Southeast New Mexico and West Texas. Hobbs Mayor Sam Cobb declared on Monday Steve Pierce Day at City Chambers. Pierce was honored for his service to the people of Lee County and Hobbs, as well as New Mexico, and his service in the armed forces. And Pierce became emotional as he spoke about those men and women who are in harm's way to protect the United States.
People give a lot for us to live in this nation. So the service that I've been able to give is nothing compared to what some give.
In an interview with MTD Radio earlier in the day, Pierce said he will continue to seek another term as chair of the Republican State Party. 21-year-old Jake Bradley Golston of Artesia faces 2 counts of burglary and 1 count of criminal damage to property in connection with the alleged break-in at the Roswell Mall on Saturday. Roswell police were called out to the mall on Saturday around 7:30 in response to a break-in and entering where someone allegedly broke the glass of the mall's main entrance door and then went inside. Reports indicate that a display window of a mall jewelry store and the sliding door into the JCPenney store were also broken. That person then allegedly tried on women's clothing and left feces on the floor of the store. Golston's bond was set at $2,500. Lovington police have yet to identify a woman who was discovered with a gunshot wound to the abdomen near the intersection of 1st Street and Avenue N around 9 p.m. Sunday. The woman may have been involved in an altercation earlier in the day prior to the shooting. Anyone with information on the shooting are asked to call Lovington police. The Texas Department of Public Safety has released the name of a Hobbs woman, 87-year-old Soledad Rodriguez Gonzalez, as the person who was ejected from a truck she was riding in when it was hit by the driver of a CMV, who then left the scene on State Highway 176 about 16 miles east of Andrews last Wednesday. DPS reports that the CMV hauling a flatbed loaded with large pipe struck a pickup, causing the driver to skid, and the truck rolled. And Gonzalez, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was ejected and succumbed to her injuries. The driver of the CMV failed to stop. Authorities are now looking for that driver. And the driver of the truck and another passenger were not injured. In charge of the news for Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, I'm Tom Avery.
The second annual Toys for Tots drive is happening now at Carlsbad Chevrolet. For every vehicle sold in the month of November, $100 will be donated on your behalf to Toys for Tots of Carlsbad. Your $100 donation will give 5 toys to 5 children. Carlsbad Chevrolet is proud to serve as a Toys for Tots donation location, and the goal is to provide 500 toys to children in Eddy County this Christmas. And while you're at Carlsbad Chevrolet, enter to win a $500 Walmart shopping spree. Come meet Santa and Mrs. Claus Saturday, December 3rd from noon until 2 p.m. The drawing for the $500 Walmart shopping spree will be at 1 p.m. sharp. Must be present to win. Toys for Tots with Carlsbad Chevrolet. This holiday season, come help support this great cause.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
In times like these, we are all reminded of how important relationships are. If hearing loss is keeping you or someone you love from enjoying every moment with friends and family, there's no better time to call your locally owned Miracle Ear to learn how better hearing can improve the quality of your life. Whether you're interested in connectivity, rechargeable, or affordable hearing aids, call me today, Crystal Dyer, at 575-392-0218 to learn how to receive a free hearing consultation and hear a better day.
Nice shot, son.
Thanks, Dad. You mind if I take this one, hunting, and you take my old one? Your new rifle from Caverns Armory is a lot better.
Whether you need a modern sporting rifle for home defense or big game hunting, Caverns Armory has the solution for your needs. From protecting your cattle from coyotes to harvesting your elk, Caverns Armory has the caliber for you. From mild to wild, they can build your custom rifle or take one of their pre-built options. All Caverns Armory firearms come with a lifetime warranty and are proudly made in Eddy County, New Mexico. Ask your local gun dealer about Caverns Armory today or visit them online at caverns-armory.com.
The Corps is offering Turf Titans and Gym Giants in homeschool PE this fall. With Turf Titans and Gym Giants, this is a monthly class that meets on Mondays and Tuesdays at 10 a.m., which teaches 3 to 6-year-olds how to manipulate different sports equipment, play well with others, all while learning different skills needed for sports. With Homeschool PE, this is a monthly class that meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. for kindergarten to 5th grade and 11 a.m. for 6th to 12th grade. You can register for these classes online through our portal at corhobbs.com or in person.
It's 420 every day at 20 past 4 in Hobbs. Shop hand-blown glass, papers and wraps, e-rigs and dab rigs, mods and juices, Delta 8, and more in one convenient location. Find other accessories like hats, bags, and stash containers at 20 past 4 and pay for your purchase with digital currency through their Bitcoin ATM. Get a ticket for their monthly raffle while you shop at 20 past 4, 210 West Bender inside the Norte Vista Plaza in Hobbs.
Pops Power Washing Services, LLC has been in business for 9 years and continues to serve the Permian Basin and West Texas area. Specializing in power washing services for the oil field, Pops Power Washing would like to earn your business. Contact Eric and the crew today to get on a maintenance schedule to upkeep your battery facilities, containments, LACT units, all the way down to your wellheads to mitigate possible fines to your company. Fully insured and bonded. Call or text Pops Power Washing Service, LLC at 575-704-0330. That's 704-0330.
Someday, southeast New Mexico will be divided into 2 groups. Those who listen to Be in the Breakfast Club and those other people.
For weeks, we have been warning that this would happen.
Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and carlsbadchevrolet.com.
Whoa! Gotta rise!
It's the new film that's sweeping the sports world, Revenge of the Nerds Part 5. We just bought your favorite team. Dorky actor Ryan Reynolds and tech geek Jeff Bezos could never fit in with the jocks.
No one's really going to be free until nerd persecution ends.
But now they could be a part of the team.
Hi.
By purchasing one. Will any of these athletes notice that 2 nerds are now running their franchise?
I'm in a difficult situation here. I mean, after all, you're nerds.
Ryan and Jeff are finally going into the locker room. Revenge of the Nerds Part 5. We just bought your favorite team. Rated PG-13 for mild violence against dweebs.
I don't know if you've noticed all these nerds are buying sports teams. I guess it's very popular nowadays that if you got tons of money to buy a sports team.
Sure, why not?
Well, why not? If you couldn't play sports, might as well boss the jocks around.
Yeah, and it looks like Jay-Z is also getting involved buying. I mean, he's got boatloads of money. Just money, just standing around. Joe Biden does it again, talking about Colombia, or maybe I'm in Cambodia. I'm in one of those damn places.
And I want to thank the president. And now that we are back together here in Cambodia, I look forward to building even stronger progress than we've already made. And I want to thank the Prime Minister for Colombia's leadership in the ASEAN chair.
That guy sounds tired, man.
From one guy that sounds really tired to another guy.
Colombia, Cambodia, same thing.
Right.
From
it's in the neighborhood, as Tom would say.
From one guy that sounds really tired to another guy. You sound really tired, Joe. You really sound very tired. From one guy that's really
Why
tired.
do we continue to let this man go out and represent our country?
Did you see him yesterday? He was in the... it's an Asian shirt, and I can't remember what it's called, but my wife tries to make me wear it. I got pictures of me in one, but I would have said, no, I'm not wearing it. Now, some people are calling it an Indian shirt, like from the country of India. I would still say I'm not going to wear it. And him and the Prime Minister Trudeau, you think Trump would have put that thing on? Trump would have been like, shut up, I'm not wearing that. I got a suit. I'm a businessman, damn it. I ain't wearing that. Who the hell's idea was that I wear this goofy damn shirt? Trump would wear that, but Biden sure wore it. Very proud of it, too. Looks like a damn clown running around. That's what he looks like. All right, 7:39, sunny today, 48, 31 tonight, 45 tomorrow. Most of that wind is gone. Still very cold out there. Went to get the mail just now. It is cold.
Isn't it?
Quick check of the weather. Being brought to you by Iron River Inspection, online at ironriverinspection.com. Looking for somebody to go out and inspect your pipelines. Mike and Matt, by the way, they don't care if it's coal. They just work. They've got, they're second-generation pipeliners. Some of the toughest people I know are pipeliners. They've got over 300 years combined experience with their team. And they do a lot of different stuff. Yeah, they inspect pipelines. They do facility inspection, safety training. One of the top-notch consultants in the patch. Find them online at ironriverinspection.com, based out of Eunice. Go Cardinals. 20 minutes away from 8, Tom.
All right, good. Got home from the Derby Saturday, says the text, the fishing derby, that is, and opened up the shirt that Tom A gave me instead of large. It was 5X.
Holy crap!
Now I have a new nightgown, says the texter. I guess it's the you remember she came by late.
Tom's like, you'll grow into it.
I told her
this is the kind of stuff that we have to deal with Tom. He's here's a shirt for you. No, I didn't check the size.
The little details.
I got cataracts. So
you got car wrecks?
Now that's the new excuse.
Yeah, I got
His
cataracts.
New excuse is the cataract.
Well, it was brought on by COVID, of course.
Well, what about diabetic retinopathy? Did they say anything about your eyes?
Yes.
Your retina's bleeding?
So I said, so he took a big picture and then he put it on the monitor for me to look at. He said, "You're fine. There's no bleeding behind there.
Mm-hmm.
You're good."
But he said, doesn't mean that's not going to be the next time you come in for an eye exam. He says, keep taking your medicine and keep managing your diabetes.
Except he's not.
Keep taking your medicine and manage your diabetes.
Yeah.
Here's a great idea. How about just eating right?
Same thing.
No, it's not. No. Because I hate to tell you, I don't want to be on any pharmaceuticals. Because sooner or later, you're not going to have insurance. And how are you going to afford all that medicine? This is what I get.
What?
The little dance that he does.
You're not a crystal ball. I ain't a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. I could kill over today in a second.
So don't take care of yourself because I might kill over today. That makes as much sense as some of the crap that comes out of Joe Biden's mouth.
Ain't that true?
There's no There's no planning for the future, damn it. Because the future will come.
We're not guaranteed tomorrow. You know, you told me the other day that one of our former bosses, our radio bosses, passed away.
He wasn't my boss. He wasn't. That racist POS was not my boss.
I thought, wow.
I had to throw him out of my station.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, he told me he came to the station, Will, and I was having some problems. And he told me, you know what your problem is? He said, you got too many Mexicans working in here. I told him, I said, come on, I want to show you something in my office. I picked up a picture of my family. I said, those are my Mexicans. Now get the hell out of here. I called the owner. I said, don't you ever send that son of a gun back over here. I'll figure it out without his help.
Right.
So may he rest. And you know what? We all have to go before God. And he had to go before it too. So I hope he fixed himself.
I couldn't believe he's gone.
That ain't the first time he was a racist either. See, people call me a racist. I'm like, shut up. Do I want people illegally coming into the country? No. As far as being a racist, I love people. I don't care what color you are. I just want you to pay your fair share. Morning, how you doing? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from on top of a hill by Queen, New Mexico.
Queen?
Mad Dog.
Queen?
Yeah.
Damn.
My boy and his buddies up here hunting, and I had to come to get on the show today because I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to.
So what's on your mind, Mad Dog?
Well, you know, I heard a little story about all these 10,000 people with Amazon getting run off or getting laid off. I wonder how many of them pricks were liberals.
Well, I thought it was Facebook laying off 10,000. I haven't heard anything about Amazon laying off folks.
Oh, I heard it was Amazon was laying 10,000 off too.
Oh, man.
That goes along with all them Twitter pricks too. You know, now they'll get to see what it feels like them XL Keystone Pipeline people felt when they got when they got shut.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Facebook laying off. I'll do a little research on that because Facebook's always looking for people.
No, it wasn't Facebook. It was Amazon.
Oh, okay, Amazon.
Yeah, and on this on our election and how freaking I don't know. It's sure kind of smelling to me because, you know, while I was still in town and I was watching the results coming in,
right.
It was funny how the Republican side of the deal stayed stuck pretty much at 211.
Yeah,
Where are they at now?
we talked about that this morning. They are up to 217 this morning. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, they're close.
Well,
they're very, very close.
Swear it smells fishy to me when you and then the Nevada race. And the Arizona. What about Kerry Lake? Is that race been called yet?
No. Looks like Hobbs has said that she is the winner, but it's still less than a percentage point. And between them,
looks like it's going to go like an official recount.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a recount.
Yeah. Well, hey, here was an idea that I had, and why can't New Mexico go out and recruit some of these people? I know they've lost. But in one of them, and I don't mean this in a racist way, but one of them for the next elections, because right now we need to be thinking about the next election.
Oh, most
coming up for New Mexico, and we need to find some candidates to run against these rubber stamps, is what I call them, for Joe Biden for the senator. And there's some pretty good candidates out there, like what's that cat's name that was running for senator? In Arizona, that he didn't win. But starts with a B. Masters, is that his name?
Yep.
Anyway, I know maybe old Marker might decide to run for a senator, but one of them that runs for it needs to have a Spanish name.
Well, I think definitely we need more Spanish names. People are flocking to the Republican Party from the Hispanics, so which is awesome.
But I don't know, man. It's pretty scary when you got as many stupid people, just like people in Roswell that voted for Tim Jennings. And I hadn't even heard except what I heard this morning on the way from camp up here to where I could make a phone call.
Yeah, that
sounds like he's turned that place down. And
there's and let me just say this. There were a lot of Republicans that voted for Tim Jennings. There were a lot of Republicans that hated Kentai so much that they supported Tim Jennings. Look, you know
Well-
what you're getting from Mayor Tim. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, liar. That's what you're getting.
I mean, you know what
Prove
you're
that.
getting. How many years did he serve? In
32.
32 years. You know what you're getting.
But he
And-
brought a lot to Roswell and Chaves County.
And then they thought that things had changed. Things have changed.
There's Tom with the butt kissing again.
So
I am
Do what?
Tom the butt kisser. So
Oh, you know he
Thank
brought
you,
a lot
Mad
of
Dog.
things to Roswell and Chaves County.
So, Amazon saying they do plan to lay off thousands of workers, could be up to 10,000, which I don't get because it seemed to me they would be ramping up for Christmas. Is this because of inflation? Amazon planning to lay off 10,000 people in corporate and technology jobs. So, corporate jobs, yeah, you still need the grunts to box the items up and ship them off. You saw they delivered to me this morning. Tom.
I sure did.
So, I mean, you still need those people for sure. Looks like Politico White House editor talking about Twitter. Elon Musk is here to stay. Sorry if that offends you. And according to a new study, 2 out of 3 Americans, 65%, admit they feel too much pressure during vacation to actually enjoy vacation. You know, when you're traveling nowadays, I'm going to tell you one thing that feels a lot of pressure. That's your bank account and your credit cards. Fact is, respondents cite that not having enough money is number 1 on the list. Not having enough money could be problematic. You might not find your way home. Could be a big problem. Department of Justice saying that former President Donald Trump was playing a shell game with dozens of classified documents that were at his residence in Florida. Court filing yesterday, DOJ seeking documents urging that Trump had the documents and was playing a shell game. By the way, today Trump will make his announcement.
Yes, that's right. That's
the
right.
announcement will break the hearts of lots. I say let it play out. Police in Moscow, Idaho, continue to search for a suspect in the death of the University of Idaho students who were found dead Sunday night at a house near the campus. Investigators say they're investigating the deaths as homicides. Didn't release any information. By the way, the victims identified as a 2-year-old male, 20-year-old female, and a 21-year-old female. Jay Leno, severely burned. You guys see this story?
I saw that this morning.
Yeah, severely burned. And as a gas fire had to cancel his appearance in Las Vegas, Jay is downplaying the whole thing, saying he'll be back on his feet in a couple weeks. Dead to Me returns to Netflix this Thursday, starring Christina Applegate. Says that she'll be around for at least one season. She's been diagnosed with MS.
Oh, man.
And this Sunday, Disney Plus will be streaming Elton John's final concert at Dodger Stadium. So it will be streamed. And despite 1,400% increase, Will, would you like a 1,400% increase in revenue?
Absolutely.
I mean, that sounds pretty big. Despite the 1,400% increase in revenue from renewable energy, oil and gas is still the top earner for the state land. Renewable energy, 1,400% increase. Well, that's easy when you have nothing and then you start adding. So renewable energy, 1,400% increase. Oil and gas, still number 1 by far. State of New Mexico owns around 13 million acres of land, according to State Land Office. Land generates billions of revenue for public education, government operations, and a wide range of projects. Oil and gas still remains number 1. Historically, oil and gas revenue has driven this state to stay above water, and in recent years, oil and gas production in the state has nearly doubled. Oil production has risen over 50%. according to a presentation from the that was brought forth by the State Legislative Finance Committee on Monday. So renewable energy up, but not even close to the big daddy of them all.
Of course not.
Oil and gas. Elderly Missouri couple died. He was 84, she was 63. He refused to leave her in a house that was burning.
Oh.
Kenneth and Phyllis Zern married 63 years together. He refused to leave her. I gave the wrong. She was 84 also.
Yeah, I thought he married her when he was
married,
3.
Yeah, married. So they're both 84. He refused to leave his wife's side as she could not get out of the house because of health complications. He's like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
And Chuck Carr, originally with the Marin Marlins, played at one time, led the National League in stolen bases, dead at 55.
Wow.
Yeah, was part of the inaugural Florida Marlins team, led the National League in stolen bases in 1993, passed away at the age of 55, had
That's young.
Really young, had some health issues. Morning, Rocket, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm out here herding cats in the oil field. Hey, they put up those windmills to generate electricity so that, it would be cheaper for us peasants, to pay our electric bill.
Yeah.
And, one thing that I've noticed is the more of those windmills they put up, the higher my electric bill goes up. So if one of these liberal idiots could explain that to me, I thought that would be great.
Well, we have to subsidize the renewable energy programs. We have to.
Yeah, but when Michelle Lujan Grisham is selling that electricity to Arizona and other states, then why are we flipping the bill for that? Where's that money going for that she's selling? Where's that money that she's getting from selling it?
Rocket.
It's the same stuff this is the same exact thing that Gray Davis did in California back in the early 2000s.
Yep. Rocket.
Look at all he got impeached for it.
Look at all the jobs that they're creating.
Oh.
Look at all the jobs.
Didn't they just say Facebook was laying off 300 million or something like that?
But look at all the jobs they're creating in the renewable energy. Last time I checked, once those solar farms and the windmills are up, nobody's out there. Very little maintenance done on them once they start.
So how many roustabout crews are they going to use for all those windmills?
Not a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be trained. You got to be certified. You got to be licensed. You got to have all kinds of stupid certifications to work on those.
Yeah.
I used to build the turbine blades in California back in the 1980s for a company called Livesay Development when the wind turbines were first coming out. And I made the molds and pulled the blades actually off of the molds, and we were sending those to Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
But that was back in the 80s.
I'm just going to admit, Rocket, I didn't think you were smart enough to do that type of job.
Well, they call me Rocket because I fly rockets, not because I ride like a rocket.
Thank you, Rocket. Take it easy. 7:57 morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns, reminding you they've got guns. They got guns, and they got the largest selection of guns in southeast New Mexico. Over 1,000 guns in stock, firearms, handguns, rifles, looking for personal protection items. They've got them, ladies. If you're thinking about, the time has come in my life, the world has changed, and I need personal protection, they've got everything that you need, lethal and non-lethal. And if you're going to be hunting, they've got hunting supplies. They've got ammo, scopes. Maybe you haven't got the big one. You want to blame it on the gun? Hey, that's cool. You can blame it on the gun. Go in there, trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Trade in your gun. They'll give you a fair price to get a better gun. 1907 North Main and Roswell. Check them out today. We'll talk about the man that's got 106 dogs. What the hell is he doing with 106 dogs? Will, we got the boob of the day in just a minute.
Jeffro says, shout out to Justin. Keep on sucking, bro. That was just from Jeffro this morning.
And
Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, bud, how much did the state spend to see that 1,400 increase? 1,400% increase?
It doesn't dig into how much money we invested. I know we have dumped a lot of money into renewable energies, grants, and all kind of other money.
Hey, what time, guys, does Trump make his announcements? Asking the texter.
I don't know.
Don't know. We'll find out here in a second. And B, hey, give Tom a tissue. He's got a little brown underneath his nose.
Well, he needs that TV.
It has Tim's name written all over it, too.
Look, give the guy the benefit of the doubt.
The guy moved from out of the county into the city.
Right? He had to do that.
Someone mentioned that.
So.
Are you saying there's something hanky going on there?
Well,
They
no,
never lived in the city?
Well, you can't. You got to be in the city to be a mayor or a council person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for that tidbit of information, Mr. Relevant.
Someone said, go under a windmill and count the bird bones, literally inches deep. Green New Deal. Wow.
And they can't get enough of that supply anymore. Things that they were getting overnight shipped or 3-day shift or whatever, they're not getting it anymore. So they're going back to the original website, says the text.
Well, back in the day, you get it in 2 or 3 days. That was their guarantee. They can't provide that. They can't.
Not anymore. Trump will be on Newsmax at 7 o'clock out there tonight, says one of the texters.
Looks like Juarez officials very upset. Juarez, Mexico, very upset and saying they've got way too many people coming across. Hey, welcome to our world, baby. Glad that you got a new, that you experienced it. So Juarez mayor saying they've got over 900 people from Venezuela. And he said people washing their clothes and bathing in the river. Even the fountains in Juarez, they have taken those over to bathe. I think we've got a Venezuelan bathing in the fountain right now, Mayor. And so they said enough is enough. What can be done? Turn them back on your southern border. Turn them back on your southern border.
This way they're closer to home.
Send them back on your southern border. As they approach, you send them back. Build a damn wall in Mexico to keep the Guatemalans and the Venezuelans out. Republican Party of New Mexico hoping to gain ground by winning potential spots. Big question, Tom, is will Steve Pearce remain in charge? Or will it be Mr. Aragon from the northern part of the state?
Well, Steve said yesterday on the show that he will seek another term as GOP chair.
So Robert Aragon said, I am not here to criticize Steve. It's not about Steve. It is whether the Republican Party's message is resonating with enough voters to get ourselves elected. Robert Aragon is an attorney from Albuquerque and is a potential candidate to become the Republican chair. Steve Pearce wants to hold on to that chair, so we will see. Aragon went on to say the Republican Party needs to be active in the neighborhoods and communities. You hear this all the time. You get down to the grassroots, and it's not just during election time. We have to show up in the local communities. In fact, we need to be part of the local communities.
Yep.
From Robert Aragon. We'll see how that plays out.
What did Aragon do during the election? I didn't hear his name at all.
Well, he wasn't the Republican chair. Here you go again, you ass kisser.
No, I'm just saying.
Here you go again. Let me ask you this much.
What?
Have we won the past 2 elections?
Well.
Okay. I'm going to take a book. I'm going to take
people didn't go out to vote.
I'm going to take a sentence out of your book. Apples and oranges.
Okay.
CEO running a company for 8 years and keeps losing. You know what's going to happen? He loses his job. And I love Steve Pearce, but maybe it's time for new leadership.
He has a plan. I know he has a plan.
Well, plans are great.
And he's got good people underneath him. I spoke to...
I get that, Tom. Plans are great, but we need to win.
And I get you.
I mean, you might like losing, but I don't. I like winning.
You think Steve likes losing?
I'm not saying he likes losing. I'm just saying maybe the time has come that we find new leadership.
Maybe.
I appreciate Steve Pierce for all the work he's done for the state.
Absolutely.
He's a good man, but maybe it's time for that we make a change.
But they made a change before Steve was here. What happened?
So maybe it's time, Tom. Maybe it's time.
Maybe it's not the leadership.
Maybe where was Mr. Aragon?
Yeah, where was
Yeah,
Mr.
where
Aragon?
was he? Where was he? Where was he? Will, where was he?
Working.
Yeah, you ass kisser.
Well, so were we here? We were here too, working.
Ass kisser.
Saying,
Looks like a Georgia man arrested for animal cruelty charges. They believe that these dogs were being used to dog fights. 106 dogs in poor condition found on his property. Vince, no, it's not the former Atlanta Falcon quarterback Andrew Vick. Vincent Burrell, 55, was arrested in Georgia. And looks like November of 1994 was the year. Albuquerque woman went for her daily run. That's when police say 54-year-old Gilbert Contreras raped her on the trail.
Oh, my.
And did not make connections until earlier this month. 28 years since that attack, but now they have the DNA that matches his DNA. Closing a case like that, even though it's 28 years old, still was closing the case. Yeah. All right, 804, Boob of the Day up next, Tom.
All right, so another texter, I guess, hadn't been listening, but who took the House and state? It's still up for grabs.
217 to 204.
Mm-hmm.
We need 218.
There's several seats up for grabs. I think there's 13. We need one more seat, and we have control of the House. And we've got several that are in lead. They just haven't called for Republicans yet. Unless some serious hinky stuff goes on, we will get control of the House.
We need it. And good morning, guys. Biden's meeting with Xi Jinping was like this. Pretty sure it was NUTS asking, how can we accommodate your acquisition of the United States?
Right. Hey, look, we're giving Hunter all that money. Where's our money?
So, B already addressed this earlier, but B was all big and bad yesterday, saying he was going to tell Steve to hit the road, but then he didn't say one thing to him when he was face to face.
No, I did. I asked him what's in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
what's in the future?
It was Steve Pierce Day, and regardless of how we feel, how anybody feels about what the future of the Republican Party is and whether he should be at the lead or not, the man has done a lot for the state. I have nothing but respect for his time in Congress. Someone had said earlier that all he did was get rich. I'm sorry. Steve Pierce was rich before he ever went to Congress.
Man, Steve Pierce made money the old-fashioned way.
Earned it.
He was a sharecropper, and he got his money, and he was rich before he ever went to Congress. So he didn't make money while he was in Congress.
No,
not like Obama, not like Joe Biden.
He worked for it.
Steve Pierce made oil money, and then him and his daddy together came up with a idea that they got a patent on something, and somebody bought the patent, and the rest is history.
There you go.
Look, I mean, so you can be as critical, and I'm with B, and I'm as critical as of the good old boy Republican mentality and where I think that's led us and why I think that's failed. But that being said, you can't take away from the man's intentions and what he was trying to do for the state, and that he's got our values. I just think it's time for, a different face of the party, a different voice of the party to lead us forward. Because I'm sorry, and I hate to say this, and I know it sounds racist, but the old white guys.
Well, I was going to say the same thing.
Their time has come.
Old white guy.
And I'm an old white guy.
Yeah, the gray hairs. I mean, it's the same thing at the Republican, at the committee. when they go up and they vote on who's going to be the candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom, well, so-and-so was their selection. Wasn't the people's selection. And I tried explaining to you that.
We look at,
how many
that's a
delegates?
Perfect example. That was a perfect example. Look at the delegates.
Gray hairs.
The people they put together, the people they put forward as their candidates, and then look at what the people chose. There's a complete disconnect there.
A bunch of gray hairs.
We need to figure out where that, and make a bridge right there and figure out where that disconnect is.
As I rub my gray hair.
Admittedly, we're talking as old white guys.
Yeah,
but at least we can acknowledge, hey, look, and do I think that it sucks that just because the color or mentality of some people that we have to change? But we do.
It is what it is. We need to win. We need to win.
All right, let's say we get fresh blood. You still cannot just dump the blue hairs away.
We
need their wisdom.
Need wins.
No one's saying get
so.
rid
Let
of
me
anybody.
ask you, them Hood. You got gray hair.
Yes.
And I will put my daughter up against you every day. She's got more common sense than you. She's got more work ethic than you.
She better. She's a mother.
She can handle money better than you.
More intelligence all the way around.
I mean, I'll just keep on naming if you'd like.
And I was influential in her life too.
For exactly what not to do.
Yes, exactly. All right, we got to get to things that happen on this date in history. Being brought to you by Train at New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week. 96% passage rate. And those are just the people that passed it on the first try. They have 25 years experience, staff development, and they know the best way for you to get ahead is through quality training. They can teach you how to pass your CDL inspection, your skills test, and your driving test in just 1 week. Give them a call. They're based out of Roswell. They serve people all across southeast New Mexico. 575-840-9555. That can help you get your CDL, your hotshot license, and your bus training. So get in touch with them today. That number, 575-840-9555. Train in New Mexico. Call them today and then get on the road real soon. Get that CDL today. Train it, New Mexico. Things that happen on this date in history. 1492, Christopher Columbus noted in his journal that he used tobacco with some of the Native Americans on this date in history. Also, U.S. government began the free postal delivery in 1869. By the way, nothing is free. Dom Pedrion, Emperor of Brazil, was dethroned on this date, 1889. I think that's what they call a good old-fashioned revolt back in the day. And looks like 1937 air conditioning installed in the House and the Senate chambers. Before then, it was really hot. And Michael Jackson married a woman that was carrying his baby. His plastic surgeon's nurse, little Debbie Rowe, in an Australian ceremony. Midway through November, Chad Kroger, happy birthday, 48 years old, with the band.
The Krogers.
Nickelback.
Oh.
The Krogers.
That's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, his dad ran that supermarket. Johnny Lee Miller is 50 years old from the TV series Sherlock and The Crown. Once married Angelina Jolie. He was once married to Angelina.
Wow.
Rapper E40 is 55. Former band leader of The Tonight Show. And also with Jay Leno. Kevin Eubanks. Turns 65 today. Beverly D'Angelo. Mrs.
Holiday Row.
That's not what I asked. That is not what I asked. Mrs.
Holiday Row.
All right,
Can
Will.
we please turn his mic off?
Well, all right. Well, Mrs.
I'm sure I should know. I don't.
Clark Griswold. She turned
Clark Griswold.
71.
Okay, of the movie he's singing.
Yeah. She turned 71.
Wow.
Still
looks good at 71.
Holy cow. Wow.
She co-starred with Chevy Chase on that movie.
And Frida Langston, 77 years old. Some people might not know her, but had the big song. Tom loves the song. She was a dancing queen from the group ABBA. Petula Clark is 90 years old today. Tom, Petula Clark had...
Anybody going to San Antone?
God, you suck at that.
San Antone?
It ain't that one.
It wasn't even close.
I just can't.
Wasn't even close. She's 90 today.
Oh.
That's not even how the song goes anyway.
Yeah. American Recycle Day going on all day today, and things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Traded New Mexico. Hit them up. We'll do the boob of the day when we come back.
My question is, says the texter, why do we want a bunch of people at the end of their life cycle making laws for the people that are just starting theirs? Says the text.
Well, we got to get young people involved, no doubt. But, I guess that's going back to leadership in the Republican Party in New Mexico. And I have no idea how old Mr. Aragon is. I have no idea. Maybe I should look that up. And I'm not saying Steve is still very, very, very smart and articulate.
Still very fresh.
And fresh.
His mind's still very
By the way,
fresh.
I don't know anybody
we're not putting any disparaging anything against his.
No,
his faculty.
I don't know anybody
the man is
that
got experience.
Listen to the interview, Will. I had to decipher 2 times for things that Tom said.
Oh, yeah.
What did I say?
He was like, and then you got your rock.
Yeah, she was the rock of his life, his wife, Cynthia.
And he was like...
and the way you said it still doesn't make any sense.
He was like, what? And then there was something
it almost
else.
Like you were insulting her.
No,
like she was what held him down. That's the way you worded it. You made it sound like she was holding him back. I was like, rather than being his stability, which is what you were trying to say.
Right.
But it didn't come off that way at all.
Her rock of Gibraltar.
No.
That's what that was trying to say.
And then it was something else, and I was like, damn. What is this dude trying to say?
Yeah.
I have no idea what is trying to say.
It was clear as mud.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Well, you told me, yes, I know what you're trying to say, West Texas style.
No, I had to.
Oh. Anyway, John Remington says, thanks, Tom. Now my ears are bleeding, man. Another texter says, Tom, hey, please don't sing anymore. And Beverly D'Angelo also played Patsy Cline, remember? In the movie with Coal Miner's Daughter. If I remember correctly, she darn sure did.
So looking this guy up, Robert Aragon, evidently was in New Mexico politics and was the state auditor for years in state house, 3 terms as the state House of Representative. And that's about all I know at this point. I'll let you know more I find out.
Texter says, hey, I'm impressed with Tom reading the text line for the last couple of weeks. Man, he's really, really, really improved a lot, says the text.
Thank you so much for that.
Not really, no. But I will give him this. I mean, well, he's using my computer now. And
yes.
He's got a big monitor right in front of his face.
Right.
And with those cataracts, it's probably helping a little bit.
The cataracts.
Yeah. So I will be without one eye when I get that done.
For about 5 minutes. So keep making excuses, bro. Keep making excuses. All right, quick check of the weather being brought to you by AtlasMakeAMirror.com. Perfect gift for Christmas. You know what? You need to tell your friends about Atlas Make a Mirror. You got friends that live out of state, out of town, maybe in Texas. Let them know about the Atlas Make a Mirror. Rebecca Long is a local inventor, came up with the idea. It's super, super cool. And by the way, now she's got some added stuff. So, like the product bags.
I love them.
And it if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, or anywhere else, this is the large product bag and the small product bag. And then they came up with the pedestal that actually you can place your mirror on. A lot of people will stand up. And so this is the pedestal that the
sharp looking
Outlast Makeup Mirror will go on. So, I mean, it's super, super cool. So if you got the Outlast Makeup Mirror, you want the pedestal or the bags, get in touch with them. You can order online at outlastmakeupmirror.com or call Rebecca and talk to her. 575-631-3189. She's been at it a long time. And you know, the cool thing is everything has gone up. She hasn't had a price increase in 3 years. Nope. Has not had a price increase in 3 years. And right now they've got a special. If you're going to buy for the office, if you buy 10 or more, they get special pricing. Give Rebecca a call, 575-631-3189, or go to atlasmakeupmirror.com. 18 after 8, Tom checks in with a look at news in just a second. Let's qualify some folks. Earl Pitts coming up next. We're B and the Breakfast Club.
Miracle Ear in Hobbs, Carlsbad, Artesia, and Roswell presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money. And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Democrat Katie Hobbs wins the Arizona governor's race. Republican Carrie Lake on Fox.
She's the one that would certify her own election, where it was botched, where the machines didn't work in more than a third of the polling centers. I don't know how we remedy this.
Hobbs is Arizona's Secretary of State. There was a printing malfunction at polling places in one county, but election officials there say every vote was counted. Classes remain canceled at the University of Virginia. There's a vigil for 3 murdered football players.
Deshaun Perry, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Devin Chandler were shot and killed. 2 others were wounded, one of them also a football player. The suspect, who has been arrested and will be arraigned today, is a 22-year-old UVA student named Christopher Jones Jr.
Fox 5 DC's Bob Barnard in Charlottesville, Virginia. Wholesale inflation coming in a little lower than expected, 0.2% last month, 8% annually, according to the Labor Department. America's listening to Fox News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so angry? I just want to take a fresh stick of gum and unwrap it and throw away and chew on the tinfoil. I ain't no doctor nothing, so I got to ask you a question. What exactly is a wart? I got this wart thing on my little finger. Looks like a little thumb just sprouting there. I've been shaving this puppy down with my pocket knife, dipping it in Compound W. Maybe 20 years now, dang thing just keeps on growing. I'm thinking, what is this wart? Keeps growing. It's like my body is a tree, and this here's a new limb. I'm pruning it back, keeps on growing. It's like my body is a weed, and I got a new stem coming in. See, when I was growing up, there's 2 kinds of warts. Foot warts you get taking your shower in the gym, and nose warts on ugly women and witches. Most of you ugly stepmamas or TV witches had this big, hairy, scary thing growing off their nose, you know. Well, you take a group of little 3rd graders, get them walking into their new classroom, and the new teacher's got a wart the size of a grapefruit hanging off her nose. Well, them kids is quiet the rest of the year, 'cause nobody wants to be baked in an oven with Hansel and Gretchen. I guess warts must be just like refrigerator magnets for ugly people. They just clamp on and hang there. But you take your beautiful people, they ain't got no warts. I guarantee you, you take that swimsuit issue and a magnifying glass, give them supermodel babes a good once-over. No warts. Hell, they ain't even got none of them freaky hair-sprouting moles on their backs. Wish I could say that for my old lady. Wake up, America! Be careful, ugly people, in the battle against warts. One time I lathered up my finger with Compound W. When I wasn't thinking, I scratched my chest and a nipple fell off. Amaro! One nip pet's American pencil.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Look around. Is it time to update your home or office? Now is the perfect time during the fall flooring sale at Floors to Go. Save on flooring for every style, every room, every budget. Carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot, including pad and installation. Luxury vinyl plank. Select in-stock glue down, just $1.49 a square foot. So what are you waiting for? The fall flooring sale ends soon at Floors to Go, 2704 North El Paso.
I pledge allegiance to the of the United States of America and to the for which it stands, one under indivisible with and for all.
When you're ready to pledge your allegiance to an American brand of performance and luxury, look no further than Sierra Blanca Motors. Chevy, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Our legendary can-do spirit doesn't take a backseat to anyone, anywhere. Sierra Blanca Motors on Highway 70 in Ruidoso.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
For 75 years now, those living the authentic Western lifestyle have favored the legendary clothing that always has their back. Wrangler. Wherever the road takes you, Wrangler is as hard-working and reliable as the day is long, with a legacy that defines the style, toughness, and ambition of the West. And at the close of the day, when all that hard work pays off, hey, the ends justify the jeans. Wrangler. Long live cowboys.
Wrangler. Get yours today at Rig Outfitters and Home Store, 1401 North Turner inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
The freezing temperatures overnight are going to give us a very cold morning, but the good news is the wind chill is not going to be nearly the factor that it was yesterday. Winds are only going to get up to about 10 miles an hour. Temperature-wise, we'll see the mid-40s under sunny skies today, then dip down into the upper 20s for a freeze overnight once again. Take us with you anywhere by downloading the free W105 mobile app.
Your country plays on W105.
4 out of 5 psychologists recommend listening to Be in the Breakfast Club. It will improve your self-image.
Will you shut up, man?
Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and carlsbadchevrolet.com.
Awesome, incredible, badass.
On the way, Tom A. and a look at news. We'll get you updated. Looks like Tim Hardaway is in big trouble, former basketball player, in big trouble.
What do you do this
time? Tim Hardaway had a pretty big career in the NBA.
Started out with the Miami Heat.
So set on a broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all thought that was great defense. I thought it was just raping them.
He said that, man.
He said during a play in the second quarter, I think you should call the police.
Dang, dude.
I get what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to get to the point where stealing a ball cannot be called stealing a ball.
Okay.
No. So I get the premise of him saying he raped him. He took the ball from him, whatever. He raped him. Inappropriate, I guess.
Well, on the court, it's perfectly well to say that.
Well,
man, you raped that dude.
It's evidently not okay, Tom. 828. New survey shows that 52% of freelance workers are expected. You're okay over there?
I've just got some runoff I got to get rid of.
I'm sorry, some what?
Runoff.
Runoff.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get back to doing the show? Sure. Can I get back to doing the show? If you got some runoff, step your butt, run out of the... I don't need the chairs. I don't need just... Can I get back to the show?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you.
Why don't you run off to the restroom for a little bit?
Oh, my Lord. Why don't you run your butt to the unemployment office?
They threw me out of there. What are you kidding?
How about that? Go get some...
You don't need no job.
Go get some runoff. So, looks like 52% of freelance workers are expecting to remain part of the gig economy, opting out of corporate jobs and doing what they want to do, freelance work, where they can work at home, remotely, and whatever. You know, we did the story about state workers, 38% not going to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, look, it is not fair that other people have to get up and go to the job. Look, if you negotiated remote job, that's cool. That's great. You shouldn't get paid the same salary that you were getting before because you're working remotely. I'll take me. I'm working remotely sometimes. I shouldn't get the same salary that I did, and I'm not. But if you didn't negotiate that job with the state, now you're just not going back in. And it is not fair to people that get up and go to work every day in this state. It's not fair. And the governor has proven again that she's got poor leadership by not saying, hey, guys, you know, you had your days, you had your time off. Now it's time for you to get back to work. Get back. It makes me wonder how much is she at work.
Someone was asking what offices are not at work. Well, I can't speak to every office, but I know 3 of the 4 people in the land office that I had to deal with were all working from home. Only one of them, the supervisor, actually was in the office. And she was so busy, I could rarely get an email or call back. Now, I will say the people that I dealt with were extremely nice, but they still weren't working in the office.
Look, is productivity as good? You have to be very disciplined. Can you imagine Tom working from home? I'm just saying.
I could do that.
If you think productivity is down now,
give me a board and a microphone.
I ain't giving you crap.
I could do that.
I had to pay for all mine stuff.
But
I'm not giving you nothing.
But I don't have a TV anymore, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tom, who do you think paid for the stuff that I'm talking on right now?
You?
That's
so
right.
why are we giving you? Oh, entitlement. You're one of those guys, the entitlement program.
But then you're the owner, Well,
I am now. I wasn't then.
okay.
So I got a mic that I paid $400 for. I got a brand new board, $799. Brand new computer, $600. Who paid for that? I didn't ask you to pay for it. I paid for it.
Yeah, but you got paid by working for it.
And so would you. So what's your point? Anybody asking you to work for free?
No.
So go ahead. Tell me your point. Go ahead. I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it. Damn entitlement liberal is what you are.
I'm not.
Damn entitlement. My TV went out. Can somebody get me one?
I never said that. I said I need to get one.
Oh, you sure were begging for it.
We know that's Tom A. speak for, well, maybe if I ask real nicely,
anybody got a
one will just
TV?
appear outside my bus.
I will say this. The computer screen in my bunker, I brought it from the bus.
Oh, thank you so much for
okay,
that.
where did you get the screen from the bus?
The screen from the bus? The TV screen?
Yeah, where did you get it?
Oh.
From the bus?
Yeah, Tom gave it to you?
It was given to you in the bus.
You.
And who moved it into the bunker for
Minnie
you?
the damn mooch. Minnie the mooch.
And who hooked it up for you in the bunker?
Yeah. United Airlines flight attendant was sent to the hospital after an altercation with an angry, shouting passenger on a flight to Chicago. This was kind of surprising because usually this type of thing doesn't happen until you get to Chicago. Just saying. Woman holding a small child has been shown screaming, and after she was told to step back by a flight attendant at the San Francisco International Airport. People in San Francisco are used to dealing with this crap. I mean, just like they're used to dealing with crap on the sidewalk. So,
That's our guest calling. I'm sorry.
Every damn day. Every damn day. Can you turn off your damn phone when you come into the studio? Every day.
Wait a minute. So this is his first week doing radio. He hasn't been doing it for 30 years. He doesn't know that you have to turn your phone down when you come to the studio.
Every day. Ice, ice, baby. Put him on ice, baby. Put him on ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Ice. Ice him. Ice him. Yeah, go ahead. Shake your head. 838. Ron Johnson, of course, the Republican, talking about Joe Biden. Now, I have to ask this question. Biden met with the Chinese. Did he ask any questions about COVID? Where did this COVID come from? Did he ask the hard questions? The answer would be no. You know what he did? You know why? 80% of his medication probably comes from China. He's scared.
Well, not only that, but he's getting a kickback from China.
Oh, yeah, him and Hunter. So Ron Johnson talking about China and said these words about Joe Biden.
Joe Biden and Xi Jinping meeting tomorrow? What do you expect?
It's hard to say. We'll get some kind of readout from it. But again, I just, my feeling is that Joe Biden is highly compromised. Why else would we cancel the China initiative, the DOJ program designed to investigate China's theft of our intellectual property from colleges and universities? It made no sense whatsoever. There's only one explanation. Joe Biden is compromised.
Joe Biden is compromised. Thank you, Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson quickly becoming one of my favorite representatives. I like him because he speaks out. Has no problem speaking his mind. DOJ cracks down on airline refunds. The Department of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, announced yesterday the Department of Transportation will crack down on airlines refusing to give customers refunds when it comes to canceled flights. Yeah, they'll give them to you. Yeah, they'll give them to you, but damn, they're going to make you wait. Believe me, I've been through it before. And Roberta Flack, Tom.
What happened to her?
You remember Roberta Flack?
Killing me softly with his
Oh,
song.
my God. Oh, my God. You got one right. Holy crap. Except I think you got the ending. Killing you softly with what?
My song.
Yeah.
Or his song.
Yeah. Anyway, diagnosed yesterday with ALS. She's 85 years old. And Monday Night Football last night, the Washington Commanders beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles were on top, 32-21. the final score. Boob of the day coming up. Who's coming up on the extended version? Oh, it's Coy Griffin.
He's former Otero County Commissioner and the founder of Cowboys for Trump, Coy Griffin.
I'll be on in just a second. The home in Cleveland that was used for the 1983 Christmas Story went up for sale yesterday. And in Pittsburgh, 2 women arrested after allegedly trying to shoplift $23,000 worth of perfume from Nordstrom's. $23,000 worth of perfume. That's a lot of perfume.
Sure is.
Fleetwood Mac founder Mickey Fleetwood said he once calculated that the rock supergroup snorted 7 miles of cocaine on the road.
Golly.
7 miles of cocaine. Do you know how much 7 miles of cocaine is?
It's a lot of white stuff.
That's, wow. Attorney General of Alabama reached a $44 million settlement with Walmart to fund the opiate abatement program in that state. $44 million. And a Tennessee man arrested after trying to sell a stolen diamond ring. By the way, the diamond ring worth $95,000. Tennessee man went to Georgia and attempted to sell a stolen diamond ring. They thought something could be fishy. Brandon McGee was arrested, went to Georgia and went, well, those people ain't very smart in Georgia. I'll try to sell this ring. And, yeah, 90-year-old woman gets her diamond ring back. He had stolen the diamond ring from the woman and stole a 90-year-old lady's diamond ring. Forget the ring finger. Give this guy the middle finger. He also rode to the jewelry store on a stolen motorcycle. This guy, I mean, ought to run for Congress because they're pretty good at stealing stuff. And in Roswell, they're hiring more staff at the animal shelter after community members and animal advocacy groups are very concerned about the animal shelter. There's been lots of concern about that animal shelter for a long time, but it looked like more people are going to be hired to take care
at least 6
of the
more
animals.
So I just got to clear something out on the text line. I've got this one texter that keeps on texting, asking. I've already addressed their text, and I tried to text them back, but unfortunately they're unsubscribed because at some point back in the day they texted the F word. If you ever text the F word, it will unsubscribe you. I don't know why the text line doesn't like it. It gets offended easily. So
must be a damn Democrat.
It unsubscribes you from the text line, so you have to hit start to resubscribe. It thinks if you're mad that you don't want to be a part anymore, and so it immediately, even if you're just like making a joke, it'll unsubscribe you. And so,
So
anyway,
what was their
texter-
concern?
Well, their texter says, how and where do I pull my vote to see how it was input? You can't do that in New Mexico. We don't keep track of who votes what or how. So
I wish we could.
When your ballot, I mean, that's what one of the callers that said yesterday was to be able to have your vote be on a number. You get a numbered receipt, and then you can go at some point and see how your vote was counted. That's not something we do. So you can't actually go and look and see how your vote was counted. Once it's put in the machine, it's gone.
Yeah, I wish we could, but we can't. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Randall Pettigrew, reminding you that during the governor's battle with the state, shutting us down, keeping our kids out of school, Randy was there fighting for your rights. Look, Randy has been one of the guys up in Santa Fe fighting for our way of life in southeast New Mexico. Was chosen one of the top 3 conservatives to represent southeast New Mexico, and battles every day. Well, what's going on up there? Fought for our, the unborn's rights, our Second Amendment rights. Fought to get our kids back into school when the governor shut everything down. And fights for you. If you need help, Randy is the guy to go to. Find out more information, RandallPettigrew.com. He represents District 61. Wrap her up, Tom. Boob of the day up next.
All right, Smokey in Florida says, Tom, if you work from home, your sorry butt would fall asleep and not wake up, says the text.
Well, and if you work from home, it would be more headaches for everybody else.
Why?
Well, I can't get I don't know what happened.
I need to come by the bus and fix my equipment because I can't get it to work.
It's not my fault.
Well,
95% of the time, whose fault is it, Tom?
The machine.
Tom, 95% of the time, whose fault is it?
The machine?
Yeah, nice try. So the person says, I never texted that word, talking about the F word, and you may not have. It may have been a different word. You could have said stop, anything, but in order for me to text you back, unless you want to not text, I can still see your text. I just can't text you back. But the only way I can text you back is if you text the word start, and then it'll let me text you back. But at the moment, I can't text you back.
And one thing I would love to know about the governor, asked the text, what has she actually done good for the state compared to all the negative that she has done?
She doesn't have to. You got a bunch of ignorant people that will vote for her, no matter if she gropes 15 men or 1 man. Doesn't matter if she pays off 15 men or 1 man.
I have it on good authority that we've got about 8 weeks of peace.
Yeah, and then it's coming.
And then all hell's going to break loose.
After the new year.
Everything we were worried she's going to do, going to go after our guns,
She's going to go after it. Yeah, you're right.
And everything else is coming hard. And there's some other things that I know eGolf had passed a law that we're going to have to worry about soon. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give people a heads up about what they could do, but there's some nasty stuff coming.
Enjoy the holidays and get ready because it's coming. Just wait. All right, let's do the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. They've got medical professionals on staff, and they've got their own lab, their own herb and vitamin center that you can get everything right there, very convenient. And I go back coming up Thursday, and I will get my blood work report, and then I will get my supply of testosterone to take on the road with me and get the ball rolling. So, look, I believe in functional medicine. Are you tired of taking all the pharmaceutical drugs? Are you tired of feeling tired? Are you tired of not getting results? You're just leveling out. You're not getting better. You're not getting any worse. It's just more of the same. Are you tired of living like that? Because if you are, Desert Functional has an answer. They have an answer. That's what functional medicine is all about. Not numbing the pain, not numbing the symptoms, making you feel better. It all starts with blood work. Now, a lot of guys will go in there for testosterone. Give me the testosterone. Here, go ahead. Shoot me up right there in the butt. It's not the way it works. Your testosterone might be real high, or maybe there's something else going on. It all starts with blood work and doing the blood work to find out where you're at in advance before they give me the testosterone. Ladies, if you're going through hormonal problems, they can take care of you also. 3900 North Lovington Highway. Talk to them about their cryotherapy chamber. You can visit them online at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So some burglars break into homes looking for pricey jewelry, expensive electronics, maybe an attempt to crack a safe. Others have more modest aspirations. A 23-year-old man in California was arrested after police say he broke into an elderly woman's home and rummaged around before picking out a small portable vacuum cleaner and running off with it. Police later found parts of that vacuum scattered outside. It's unclear why the thief dismembered the vacuum or if he'd stolen it just so he could have a single attachment. Because 2 hours later, the cops tracked the guy down and he still had one of the attachments on him. It's unclear which one it was or why he needed it, but he was hit with felony charges of residential burglary. Congratulations, dude. The vacuum thief. You are the boob of the day.
Being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Visit them today. It looks like New Mexico is going to receive a bunch of money. More than 24 states receive money from Google. And looks like our share of the money, about $5.2 million. Put it in the roads, Governor. Put it in the roads if you would. And NBC News national correspondent Miguel Amagor Hasn't appeared on the network in 11 days. You know why?
Because
he did a negative story about Paul Pelosi and the investigation in Paul Pelosi. So he's not coming back, I don't think. You can't reach outside and go against the Democratic Party and expect to be on NBC.
He's a former correspondent for KOB.
Yeah, so he's in big trouble.
Well, God forbid we actually report the news or actually call questions. Looks a little hinky.
Well, we got to. Yeah. All right, Tom, text line quickly. We're running late, 8:47.
Hey, Social Security office says one of the texters, they're still working from home, says the text. Tom needs to run off. You were saying I had a runoff. And then Tim Hardaway was actually drafted by the Golden State Warriors, not the Miami Marlins. I mean, the Miami Heat. Well, he did end up his career in Miami. So that's what I was referring to.
This is how naive these liberals are. Lovington liberal. I'm sure whatever Michelle Lujan Grisham decides to do will be what's in the best interest of the state of New Mexico.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Not in the best interest of her. Look, she comes from an oil and gas state, and it goes to a environmental, clean energy summit in Egypt. You live and die with oil and gas, and you're going to the clean energy. Just shut up already.
Well, and of all places, in Egypt. I'm sorry, how much clean energy does Egypt produce?
Not a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch. All right, some of the stories we'll talk about. Supreme Court won't hear the challenge on the bump stocks. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson give the nod toward the Paul brothers boxing. I'll talk about that. And New Mexico man headed to prison for a police chase and shooting at police officers. And Jeff Bezos, is the recession here yet? I'll give you the answer up next. Check a News this morning being brought to you by H&H Fuel Services. Get in touch with them today. They do contractor work when it comes to poly pipeline machines and squeeze tools up to 16 inches. They also do subcontractor work. Give them a call today. Colin standing by. If you're on location right now and need the poly pipeline machines, their number 432-269-6027. HNHFS.com. They've got the poly pipeline machines with squeeze tools up to 16 inches. Call Colin today. Tom checks in with news. Coy Griffin on the way. Good news of the day and more.
I'm Tom A. Reese with MTD Radio News, in charge of Southeast New Mexico and West Texas. Hobbs Mayor Sam Cobb declared on Monday Steve Pierce Day at City Chambers. Pierce was honored for his service to the people of Lee County and Hobbs, as well as New Mexico, and his service in the armed forces. And Pierce became emotional as he spoke about those men and women who are in harm's way to protect the United States.
People give a lot for us to live in this nation. So the service that I've been able to give is nothing compared to what some give.
In an interview with MTD Radio earlier in the day, Pierce said he will continue to seek another term as chair of the Republican State Party. 21-year-old Jake Bradley Golston of Artesia faces 2 counts of burglary and 1 count of criminal damage to property in connection with the alleged break-in at the Roswell Mall on Saturday. Roswell police were called out to the mall on Saturday around 7:30 in response to a breaking and entering where someone allegedly broke the glass of the mall's main entrance door and then went inside. Reports indicate that a display window of a mall jewelry store and the sliding door into the JCPenney store were also broken. That person then allegedly tried on women's clothing and left feces on the floor of the store. Golston's bond was set at $2,500. Lovington police have yet to identify a woman who was discovered with a gunshot wound to the abdomen near the intersection of 1st Street and Avenue N around 9 p.m. Sunday. The woman may have been involved in an altercation earlier in the day prior to the shooting. Anyone with information on the shooting are asked to call Lovington police. The Texas Department of Public Safety has released the name of a Hobbs woman, 87-year-old Soledad Rodriguez Gonzalez, as the person who was ejected from a truck she was riding in when it was hit by the driver of a CMV, who then left the scene on State Highway 176 about 16 miles east of Andrews last Wednesday. DPS reports that the CMV hauling a flatbed loaded with large pipe struck a pickup, causing the driver to skid and the truck rolled. And Gonzalez, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was ejected and succumbed to her injuries. The driver of the CMV failed to stop. Authorities are now looking for that driver. And the driver of the truck and another passenger were not injured. In charge of the news for Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, I'm Tom Ayres.
Artesia Arts Council invites everyone of all ages in the community to join in some fall fun at Fall Movie Night. Starting October 30th, every Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. until November 20th, come catch a free movie with popcorn at Heritage Walkway Park in Artesia. Movies and popcorn are free for all. For more information on showings, follow Artesia Arts Council on Facebook. Fall Movie Night, every Sunday from October 30th through November 20th, 316 West Main Street in Artesia. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Look around. Is it time to update your home or office? Now is the perfect time during the fall flooring sale at Floors to Go. Save on flooring for every style, every room, every budget. Carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot, including pad and installation. Luxury vinyl plank. Select in-stock glue down, just $1.49 a square foot. So what are you waiting for? The fall flooring sale ends soon at Floors to Go, 2704 North El Paso.
The second annual Toys for Tots Drive is happening now at Carlsbad Chevrolet. For every vehicle sold in the month of November, $100 will be donated on your behalf to Toys for Tots of Carlsbad. Your $100 donation will give 5 toys to 5 children. Carlsbad Chevrolet is proud to serve as a Toys for Tots donation location, and the goal is to provide 500 toys to children in Eddy County this Christmas. And while you're at Carlsbad Chevrolet, enter to win a $500 Walmart shopping spree. Come meet Santa and Mrs. Claus Saturday, December 3rd from noon until 2 p.m. The drawing for the $500 Walmart shopping spree will be at 1 p.m. sharp. Must be present to win. Toys for Tots with Carlsbad Chevrolet. This holiday season, come help support this great cause.
Multiple job opportunities are available at Lobo Trucking. Lobo Trucking needs vacuum truck drivers in Hobbs and at Artesia. Day or night shifts. Lobo Trucking's yard in Artesia needs a shop mechanic, and in their Hobbs yard, they need accounts payable and accounts receivable clerks. Call dispatch for an interview with Nathan Gibbs, 575-391-1331. Drivers ask about their sign-on bonus during the interview. 575-391-1331. Lobo Trucking is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Lions Club Gun and Knife Show in Ruidoso this weekend, Saturday, November 19th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, November 20th from 10 to 4 at the Ruidoso Convention Center. Buy, sell, and trade guns, ammo, knives, military surplus, crafts, coins, jewelry, and more. Admission just $6 per day. Children 10 and under are free with parents. Don't miss the Gun and Knife Show this weekend at the Ruidoso Convention Center with discount ammo and discount handgun specials available. 111 Sierra Blanca Drive, Ruidoso.
Get a great job in the oil field. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers is hiring for our training programs. If you've supervised a frac crew, Spinnaker can teach you to be a cementing supervisor in our SSIT program. If you run a blender, Spinnaker can teach you to run their cementing trucks in our Cementing Equipment Operator Training Program. Must have a Class A CDL and be willing to work long hours. You'll receive an excellent salary and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. Yes, housing is provided. They're also hiring for mechanics and lab technicians. Spinnaker is an equal opportunity and drug-free employer. Text Oilfield to 63566 or visit greatoilfieldjobs.com.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
You're waking up with the Morning Misfits.
He's a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and carlsbadchevrolet.com.
You guys put the good in good morning.
Morning.
November 15th is National Drummer Day. So let's get ready for Thanksgiving turkey with some drumsticks.
Tom was like, that's too hard. ABBA never played anything like that. Just too much. Just too much. Coy Griffin coming up on the extended version of Beyond the Breakfast Club. We'll check the weather, get updated with Fox News. Good news of the day. We'll get to all of that in just a second. Tom A. in charge of the text line.
Yes, sir. And Lovington Liberal, he says, I'm sure whatever.
Okay, we read that damn text already.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
Thanks for joining the show. But Tom is doing so much better.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm sure is.
Yeah.
One mistake today.
One.
One. You got your cataracts over there.
All right, so the steroids are a pharmaceutical drug. It is a synthetic steroid. Someone was texting about that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, what are y'all talking about?
You talking about hormones or steroids?
Papa Top said that today. So,
you talking about steroids or hormones?
Hormones.
Hormones are a little different than steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Testosterone is made in your body naturally.
Testosterone.
Also induced in your body. Tom's got that testosterone cream going.
Yeah.
How's that working for you?
Well,
it would probably work better if he actually used it.
Yeah, well, I'm too damn cheap to pay for it.
Well, no, it came in, but it was $162.
Oh, $162. Oh, $162.
Yeah.
As I am a man without insurance and I get my blood work done myself, how much do you think that cost me? $162. How much do you think the testosterone cost me? How much do you think all the vitamins that I take cost me?
Oh. By the way, I get to negotiate the new insurance prices this week, and I was really considering not renewing Tom's insurance just because he doesn't use it anyway.
I use it all the time.
Well, okay, you go to the doctor, but then you ignore what the doctor says.
Oh, God, no.
I'll say it again. You ignore you don't use it anyway.
The cataracts, I can't take it. They can't do that. The Roswell guy comes to Laura Lee to do that, by the way. Do you know that?
Thank you for that tidbit information.
Yeah. But there's a waiting line and no more.
God bless you for that. I'm running late, damn it.
Anyway.
Morning, how you doing? Thank you for calling.
Yes, good morning. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, my friend?
Morning.
Hey.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm a born and raised Texan to begin with. Proud American, too. And ex-military.
Thank you.
Amen.
And I just wanted to comment a little bit on, of course, we're all, like, what happened with the elections and things like that. I still can't understand. But, now you hear a lot of people putting down Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. And, of course, like I told you, I was 100% Republican to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just trying to compare. A lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of difference between playing football in high school than playing in the NFL.
Yeah. Game a little faster.
I have nothing against DeSantis. He's a good man, but he's at state level. Okay? All his experience is at state level. Now, on the other hand, Trump has been our president for the 4 years, which he had experience with international dealings, China, Russia, and all these people that are putting down Trump should take that into consideration, that there's a big difference. And like I told you, I'm ex-military, there's a big difference of running a squad element to running a battalion.
You're right about that. Now, DeSantis does have, he was in Congress.
And he was a veteran, too.
For 8 years. You know, so he does have some experience on the, you know, on the national level. But, you know, Trump was president. He knows. You know, he knows.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he know. I mean, Trump also got the experience to handle people.
And he's also got a proven track record. You know, he really did help us those 4 years that he was in office.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
Change.
It's not a bad thing that Trump is a businessman either, and that he ran a capitalist country like a business, like the way it's supposed to be. I mean, that was never a bad thing, and in interest to make money rather than just bleed money, which is what we're doing now.
Hey, what's your feelings on you know, the stuff that's coming out with this cryptocurrency in Ukraine? They're a war-torn country. They're investing in cryptocurrency. Something fishy going on there.
With all due respect, we're just burning money.
Yeah,
we're just burning money.
Amen.
Throw it away. That's a pitless pit. It's never going to be over.
Yeah.
I don't understand all these Democrats just sending all that money over there instead of helping our own country here.
Yeah. Well, and you know the crazy thing is, it's also Republicans. It's also you know, half of the Republicans voted that we send money over there. But now, hell, it's just a slush fund. You know, Zelensky just picks up the phone and calls Biden, hey, we need another $10 billion. It never goes before Congress.
Exactly.
They just rubber stamp it. Crazy.
Now, like I tell people, with all due respect, sir, Democrats stick together.
Oh, they do.
Regardless of what they're going through. And unfortunately, I'm not saying everybody, but Republicans don't.
I'm with you.
Republicans sometimes you have a feeling like they're out there for a paycheck and for themselves.
I agree. Well, stand by.
Gentlemen, congratulations on your show. I hear it every day. I'm working out here in the oil field, and I love your show.
Hey, I appreciate it. Get ready, because Coy Griffin from Cowboys for Trump will be on with us in just a second. So DeSantis, according to Russ, was a leader in SEAL Team 1. Was he?
Yes, he was. He was.
Was he a leader in SEAL Team 1?
Not just...
Wait. Hold on. Go ahead.
Not just Navy personnel, not just a Navy SEAL, but we always talk about SEAL Team 6, but the main lead SEAL Team 1. Ron DeSantis was the leader of SEAL Team 1.
I had never heard that.
He's the one that brought down Obama?
No, that was SEAL Team 6.
I mean, not Obama, Bin Laden.
Bin Laden, that was a... But you can look that up.
Tom.
Well, it says Ron DeSantis was not a Navy SEAL.
What site?
So, well, I mean...
Okay, I'm quoting Fox News.
Yeah, I don't... Oh. Ron DeSantis was Spotlight, Navy ties. I don't. It was advisor to SEAL Team in Iraq.
Okay, I'm quoting what I heard on Fox News.
Maybe
according to Fox News, and they may. I mean,
there's so much.
Good neighborhood.
There's so much disinformation.
Sit in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can't even, you go look up something nowadays.
No, it's so.
You get
I'm going to look it up on DuckDuck.
6 different websites.
So. I'm going to look it up on DuckDuckGo, because that's a better way to go, for sure. All right, Tom, wrap up the text.
DeSantis 2024 without Trump, says one of the texters. And yeah, sure, Tom has testosterone cream, not estrogen cream, says the texter. Yeah, Tom had one mistake today. That is one right after the other, says the texter.
Oh, that's it. Oh, by the way, Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield giving the rubber stamp approval to the Paul brothers, saying these guys are helping boxing so much. So that just means that they both have gotten paid off by the Paul brothers. Look, I have no problem with the Paul brothers. Fight boxers. If you're a boxer, fight a boxer. Don't fight MMA guys. Fight boxers.
Well, one of them already fought
Start
Roman
at the
Reigns.
bottom. Start at the bottom and make your way up. That's traditionally the way it's done. So, one of them fought who?
Roman Reigns, the WWE champion.
Okay, WWE. My point taken. Thank you. I'm running late, but thank you for wasting my damn time. By God. Well, you got anything?
Just the good news. I'm ready, though.
Before I get out there and scream. Good news of the day being brought to you by our buddy, Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D and Lovington. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, and Part B Medicare. 575-396-0513. Get in touch with them today. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So the city of Atlanta just honored a guy named Coy Dumas Jr., who's been a bus driver for 50 years. He started in 1972 and just hit his 50th anniversary, so they paid tribute by plastering his picture across an entire city bus. Over the years, they've offered promotions as ways to climb the ladder, but he always says no. He loves his job and calls people the most valuable cargo you can imagine. He's driven over 2 million miles without causing an accident, and there's a great photo and video tribute for him online. More state parks are adding all-terrain wheelchairs so that people with disabilities can go explore nature. The Washington Post just did a big article on it. Last year, a family in France moved 300 miles across the country, and their cat went missing. But now they've been reunited 13 months later after she walked all the way back to their old home.
Oh.
Someone found her nearby last month and posted photos on Facebook. She was covered in fleas and only weighed about 2 pounds.
Aww.
She had to stay with the vet for 3 weeks to recover, but she's back home now and doing great. And that is the good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by our buddy Herschel Rustin Hayes.
I always say the cat stories for last because then you get the comment.
Oh, can I just pet you and watch Dancing with the Stars?
Through.
I'll share my McGriddle with you. Oh, wait. I already ate that. Quick look at the weather this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Of course, they can take care of everything, farm, ranch, whatever it is. Give them a call today. They've got all your Western wear, and you can find them in Roswell, also in Capitan, Lincoln County, Mercantile. 48 for the high today, 31 tonight. The wind will be gone today, 45 tomorrow, below freezing tonight and tomorrow night. And it's going to be cold throughout the rest of the week. You got something before I go? You've already wasted my time.
The last texter, love the show, guys. Just never thought I'd hear the text 10,000 times ever in my lifetime, says the texter.
From the texter.
10,001. Yes.
There you go. That's 10,002. All right, Coy Griffin coming up next. Stand by for that. News this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station, driving this morning on 128 exit on Buck Jackson Road. Fill her up today. Twin Wells Fuel Station. By the way, they're about 2.75 miles off of 128. They've got unleaded. They've got green diesel. They've got red diesel, DEF value. Whatever it is you need, they accept major credit cards, fleet cards, debit cards, and more right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Fox News checking in. We're being the Breakfast Club on W105.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Former President Trump's making what he calls a very big announcement tonight at his Mar-a-Lago home in Florida at 9 Eastern.
It is expected by many that the former president will make known and official his intent to seek a second term in the White House. The former president has caused a new division among Republicans since the party's expected big wins in last week's midterms failed to materialize.
Fox's Evan Brown. The United Nations estimates the world population hits 8 billion today.
The UN says it's an opportunity to celebrate diversity, recognize what we have in common, and marvel at how science has extended our lives. The United Nations says the growth rate is slowing and expects the global population to peak at 10.4 billion in the 2080s.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The world population hit 7 billion 11 years ago. India is set to pass China as the most populous nation next year. America's listening to Fox News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Pharmacy 575, building support and helping take care of the Hobbs Eagles athletes. They're a full-service pharmacy with a drive-through window outside. Inside, you'll find great customer service alongside great products like BioLite for allergies and hydration, X-Clear nasal spray, Shoes by OrthoFeet, compression wraps by 3M Futuro, Hydra Aromatherapy, Indigo Bath & Body, Michael Design Works, and more. Stop by 305 East Sanger to see if your medication is depleting critical nutrients using the in-store chart. Build your foundation for better health at Pharmacy 575.
For the free spirits drawn by the call of the West, only one brand is worthy of coming along for the ride: Wrangler. It's worn by those who round up old friends and blaze new trails, and by those who know that going off the beaten path is often pretty hard to beat. Because when you ride in Wrangler, you're always ready to saddle up for another adventure. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Wrangler. Get yours today at Rig Outfitters and Home Store, 1401 North Turner inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
1 gig internet is available in Cloudcroft from PVT. Level up your internet for the speed and Wi-Fi you need to boost game consoles, computers, streaming devices, and all your home's other connected devices to peak performance with no data limits. PVT broadband internet with speeds up to 1 gig powered by PVT's whole home managed Wi-Fi takes your game or home office to the next level. Call 575-748-1241. Or visit PVT at www.pvt.com today to get connected.
The extended version of Bee and the Breakfast Club is on the air, discussing what's going on in southeast New Mexico and beyond on W105.
Extended version of Bee and the Breakfast Club being brought to you by our buddies at J&B Custom LLC. Welder's best friend. If you got a welding machine that is not operating and you need to get it fixed, look, these guys offer to repair the welding machine. In most cases, they get it back to you in a week or less, and they do have backup welding machines that you can rent from them. If you need an after-hours appointment, that's not a problem. Visit them at 1203 West Lee Street in Carlsbad. Their phone number, 575-236-4592. Got a welding machine, you got an issue, and without the machine, you're not going to make money? Well, they have the answer for you. Visit them on Facebook, facebook.com/weldingmachine.repair.1230. Check them out today. Coy Griffin from Cowboys to Trump, the founder, on the phone with us. Coy, you causing problems.
Hey, you forgot to say that I'm also the real and legal Otero County Commissioner too.
So you went to the meeting this past week, and you caused a little problems for him. Now you have the legal right to go to any meeting. You are a citizen of the of Otero County.
Absolutely. And honestly, the only reason why there was any disturbance at all is because those crazy Democrats that were sitting in the crowd started screaming and hollering and yelling, and, which caused me to have to even speak louder. But the only thing that I said from where I was sitting was the truth. The truth is the fact that the lady that right now is sitting in my seat has run for office 8 times in Otero County.
Wow.
And she's been beat every time she's ran for office in Otero County. The people of Otero County don't want her to represent the county, and she's not a voice of the people, but right now she's a voice of the progressive Democrats and directly of Michelle Grisham.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, that's
all I
who.
did was point out the fact.
Yeah, that's who Michelle will appoint because she's a yes person.
Yeah.
She will do whatever they say. And Otero County has been known for being a county that is out of control with those darn conservatives.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's all branding, I mean, just like with me and the media, they try to make it look like I'm the one that went in there and caused this big uproar and this disturbance, but really, all I did was just speak the truth. Who caused the disruption were those sitting in the crowd, the radical progressives that didn't want to hear the truth because their whole foundation is built on a lie, I mean, I pointed out to the fact that I should have never been removed from office, and it's under appeal right now, but the New Mexico Supreme Court is dragging its feet. They won't respond to the appeal that I have on Judge Matthews' opinion, but eventually they will have to respond, the New Mexico Supreme Court, and as soon as they do, it'll go directly to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Now, the good news is your seat has already been won and will be taken over by a fellow conservative coming up in January, correct?
Amen. Amy Barella is she's been the chair of the Republican Party here in Otero County. She's an unbelievable patriot. She's very sensible and level-headed. She's a business owner, and she's going to be great. Amy's going to be a great representative of the people of Otero County, and I'm very happy that she's been elected.
Yeah, I think that is awesome. So the governor gets a short-term win in Otero County, and then things will go back to conservative control. Now, you guys have a bunch of liberals that live in Otero County that couldn't even muster 500 signatures or 1,000 signatures to get you recalled. Now, that's the power of the people. It's not a judge saying the way it should be. It's the power of the people, and that's who should have that decision, the people, not one judge sitting up there in Santa Fe.
Absolutely, but it's a small number of Democrats, but the Democrats are very activist-minded, and you can take 4 or 5 radical progressives, and they can make enough noise that 500 or 600 Republicans make.
Right. Wow.
And
oh yeah.
That's just a fact of the matter. But as far as the governor having a win that's short-lived, it's not a win. All it is just a revelation of just how tyrannical the Democrat Party is, because here they are, the party that cries our democracy is under attack, while they use a state district court judge in a civil lawsuit and a bench trial to remove a duly elected county official and replace them with somebody that has lost 8 times. I mean, if there's any more clear picture of tyranny or democracy being under attack, that's it, when you use the courts to remove elected officials.
Yep, I agree. So elections, the Democrats win again, and it's troubling, but
that's the rumor. But I tell you what, Kevin, I mean, look at the governor's race. Mark Ronchetti, the votes hadn't even been counted, and Ronchetti had a tear in his eye up there conceding, the same way that Ronchetti did when he lost to Ben Ray Lujan. And the fact of the matter is the votes weren't tabulated. The votes weren't counted. They're calling these races before all of the votes are in. Look at Arizona. Look how long it's taken them to count all the votes. But the media was trying to call the race right that evening. They were trying to call the race. And the only reason why the race wasn't called is because Arizona actually have fighters over there that are willing to put their foots down and demand the elections be transparent and accurate, and it's something that we don't have in New Mexico.
Well, it looks like this governor's race in Arizona. Hopefully they contest. They contest a race, and it goes for a recount because that race is paper thin, and you find any indiscrepancies in that race, and it could sing. But Arizona has had 2 years to get their stuff together and haven't done anything. It's pretty sad that in America, 7 days after the election, today marks 1 week.
Yes, sir.
And we do not have election results coming in from certain states. It's pretty sad.
Yeah. It's just evidence of how powerful this beast is in America today. You know, I mean, I believe that our systems are jicked. I believe that the Dominion tabulators are a compromised system, and you know, we have to put our foot down. And right now, today, this morning, here in about an hour, the Otero County Commission Board is going to vote to certify or not certify this last election. And I'm truly praying that if they have any conviction, that courage will soon follow and they will vote no on the certification, because the only way we're going to make sure that our electorate is secure and we get the things in place that we want is by taking a stand. And the only stand worthy of taking is on the local level through the county commissioners. Any of your listeners out there that are listening that have questions about the electorate, that believe that it might be compromised, I would want to encourage your listeners to call their county commissioners and tell them to vote no on the certification of the election if they have questions, because that's where the rubber meets the road, is on the county commission level. The county commissioners are the first ones to certify these elections, and the county commissioners can take a stand, but it's going to have to be noble, and it's going to have to be courageous.
You know, we have seen several things going on in New Mexico. Number one, Hobbs County commissioners came up with the ordinance saying no abortions in the city of Hobbs.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. And in Curry County, Clovis did not have the fortitude to push through with this deal. And so they said they were going to be the first to do it, but they came up a little short. I asked that question yesterday. How do we get people to vote? Because 37% of Lee County came out to vote. The numbers are atrocious. And part of the reason is that people aren't sure about the election security or integrity. And until we capture that, people aren't going to get out and vote. And unfortunately, Democrats will continue to get out and vote, and they'll win.
And the only way we're going to give people the security of their votes being counted and get voter turnout is to have a secure process in place. And the only way that we can do that is by putting our foot down again on the county level through these boards of county commissioners and saying, no, we're not going to certify this vote as long as we have these Dominion machines that have outdated software on them. I mean, these machines are not even certified. You know, they're not legal. And so I don't know. I mean, I beat the same drum that so many others do, and that's paper ballots, same-day voting, voter ID. If we could get commission boards to say we will not certify unless these are put in place. But see, what happens is the states want the commissioners to vote yes on a yes-no vote, and the reason why is because the liability shifts. Now, at the end of the day, if these elections turn out to be rigged, now the state and the federal government can look at the county commissioners and go, well, y'all voted to certify them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, either the county commissioners, by putting their foot down and saying, no, we will not certify, then take it out of their hands and go directly to the Secretary of State, and then she can own the fraud whenever the fraud is revealed.
You know, I think the only way that we make this right and get people voting again is to do an audit with paper ballots across the state. And at the same time, we need to purge the voter rolls, because there are people that have died and their names have never come off the voting rolls.
The voter rolls are the filthiest thing in our electorate today. and they're not being purged. Just like you said, there's dead people that are still voting. Well, how much more evidence of fraud do you need than that? And that was proven in Otero County.
Yeah. Yeah, the voter rolls are continuing to not be purged. I think they said it was 15 years, 10 years since we've purged the voting rolls, and that is asking for problems. That's just asking for problems.
And these problems can be fixed, again, as I continue to say, on the county level. The county commissioners, the county clerk, the county seats are where we take our country back at. And that's where our republic is represented at, is on the local level, on the county level.
We have the technology, Coy. A listener called yesterday and said this, and I think it's an awesome idea, that you ought to be able to go and you have your own personal portal that you sign on and you see who you voted for. That way you check for yourself.
But again, brother, anything that's technology based, that's digitally stored, is going to be compromised. Okay, that's why I mean, even if it's a portal, and even if you can get on your computer and follow your vote, who's to say all those rabbit holes can't be manipulated as well?
You're right.
I mean, that's why I say paper ballots, hand count. If we need a machine, make it a mechanical machine like the old days. Remember the old days when you went in and pushed a button?
Right.
Or you could pull a lever and vote a straight party ticket.
The crazy thing is, back in the day, we had election results faster on a paper ballot than we do with these damn machines.
Exactly. It's because, nowadays they sit back and they have to manipulate all the numbers. That's why you see in these graphs and stuff with all this data where there's spikes in vote counts, where one candidate doesn't get a single vote, another candidate gets 100,000 votes.
Yeah.
It's because they're manipulating and they're setting the machines. And, we live in a world today where computer hackers operate outside of governmental control. That was proven by hackers hacking into our food supply and our energy sector. So if we're paying ransoms to computer hackers to not hack into those, who's to say these hackers aren't hacking into our technology? And the thing about technology is whoever creates it and builds it has the keys to it.
Mm-hmm. I will. So I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this thought from a meme that I saw the other day, that Biden saying, "Hey, we can't count all the votes until we know how many votes we need to win."
Right. Right.
Yeah. Did he actually say that?
No. It's just a meme.
Remember when he was running for office, he actually mouthed the words that they have the most elaborate fraudulent voting system in place that they've ever had.
Awesome.
He said that.
Yeah. No, he's in Cambodia and he's saying it's Colombia today, so he's a little off. He's a little off kilter. Coy Griffin, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming on and keep up the fight.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure. Love y'all. Keep up you too.
Love you. Take it easy. 9:30. Tommy, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
He'll be doing a much better job tomorrow.
On the text?
Yeah.
One mistake.
He'll be one after another. Yes, just one. One long mistake. 9:30. Tradio coming up next. Stand by. Be in the Breakfast Club tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 a.m. Wednesday edition. Tradio up next. Fox News now at W105.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster.